How's it going? Ahoy hoy, I am Planner Walk, and we are live with a quiz night. But there's a little bit of a problem. AB Science hasn't shown up yet. So we'll give him a little bit of time to join. I'm just going to switch over to the main thing. That's the wrong thing. There we go. So essentially, this is going to be a quiz night that we'll have. We're going to have 6 rounds. Each round will give each person some points, and it's not really serious. We're going to try and, have. Basically, it's going to be to have some fun. It's not going to be where, FTFE and Catz try to destroy each other. At least I hope they're not trying to destroy each other.
Yes, that's always been my intention from the beginning, is to destroy Catz.
But anyway, let me introduce the contestants who are here currently. So there's going to be 2 teams when AB Science gets here, hopefully he gets here. So there's 2 teams. You've got Catz and AB Science on one team, so go ahead and introduce yourself, Catz. To the people
I'm AB Science. Am I unmuted? Am I still muted?
No, you're not muted. I was just going to say, to the people that might not know who you are, if that's possible at all.
He's just got
my name
no one's ever heard of him.
Yeah, my name. I was going to pretend I was AB Science, but I was Conspiracy Catz. I've got a couple of channels, and they do similar stuff to Playing Our Walks channels, and that's it. But Playing Our Walks is far more entertaining, so I'm glad to be here.
And then on the other side, we've got FTFE and Hugh Jarsz. So do you want to introduce yourself, FTFE, and then we'll introduce Hugh Jarsz?
Hello, I'm FTFE from the channel that does to stupidity what Anakin Walker did to the Jedi Daycare Center. Looking forward to this. Tonight should be a good laugh. Shame that AB Science isn't here, but, life happens. I just want to say hello to my best friend in the world, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, who's in the chat. Thank you very much for coming to support me once again. It means the world that you're always wherever I am on the internet. So, lovely to see you once again.
And Hugh Jarsz.
I'm Hugh Jarsz. Yes, I'm Hugh Jarsz. I've got a relatively new channel, at least in terms of putting videos up. I've had a video recently. Got a hell of a lot of views from my point of view. No, not from the exalted company that I'm amongst tonight. And go and look at my video. I also love to attack stupidity, but learning from Craig. He's my master.
Oh, my Padawan.
Well, I see that you've both formed good teamship bonds already, so...
Yeah, Conspiracy Catz used to have no friends.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Well, he's got Baldy Catz, so...
Baldy Catz hates him, he told me.
That's what I thought, but...
Yeah, like...
I do hate that guy.
Both sleep with his... so...
Yeah,
so I'm used to doing things on my own.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of things that you're used to doing on your own. Particularly spraying chemtrails, I hear.
Yes, we were talking about us playing a bit of that, weren't we? But I overload the microphone, and I forgot the chords. How about that? You know the chords better than I do to my own song.
Yeah, well, sometimes I've I'll just be playing. I'll be talking to someone or be playing some songs for someone and just, play that song because it's always fun to play. And it makes it look as though I'm much better at guitar than I actually am, so...
It's those 4 chords, you can't go wrong with them, can you?
Yeah. Well, you can go wrong with them. But it's just very uncommon to go wrong with them. So... Before we get into the first round, is there any smack talk from one team to another?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, this is good. I got to say, Catz, though, I bet all your students are really happy that they don't have to see you at school every day.
You know what? I've actually been setting them virtual lessons by putting videos onto the schools. So not only do they actually have to see me every day, but I don't have to put up with them trying to interrupt me when I'm speaking. So they get more of me than they normally would. So it's
God.
Yeah, it's good. But as far as smack talking goes, I'm going to make you feel the way Nathan Oakley would feel in the middle of a child's physics test. Hopeless, mate. That's how I'm going to make you feel.
I don't want to wet my pants. Oh wait, no, that's Sleeping Warrior.
Also, another thing that wait, Hugh Jarsz, do you any smack talk towards Catz or?
Well, just thinking you should have got Mr. Sensible to be his partner, because that way you'd have bald versus normal.
The lack. Oh man, you know I can actually grow this. I might even do that for just for a good cause. If one pops along, I might not cut my hair for 2 months. I'll have like dreadlocks at the end of it.
Man with a hairy bald head. How about that?
I need to get my bloody haircut.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous at the moment.
I should probably get my haircut as well, but you know,
Bad as Flat Fuzzy uses beard.
What I'm paying you in Patreon for, Nick? Go get your haircut.
They've been shut at the moment. I can't.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've even been deciding, okay, I wonder what's going to happen to my beard if I let it grow during lockdown. And technically, there's still like 2 weeks left of lockdown, but you know. Anyway,
well, with the whole lockdown thing, it's just they're like all the government's like, right, everyone stay at home and do nothing. All the flat earthers are like, I got this.
Pretty much. Another thing though is we need to give each team a name. So because Catz is sole dictator of his team for the time being, what name do you want to go with for your team?
Han Solo.
The bald truth.
But the bald truth, I like that. But when AB Science gets here, he's not bald. Can we be called Team Han? I'd like the Star Wars reference. Can we go with Team Han Solo?
Okay, Team Han Solo.
And then I might change my name.
Okay.
But I might change it in between each round.
Team Han Solo.
Not hand. Not Star Wars. Not Han Solo. That's a different activity. Han Solo.
Like hand solo, like a hand, or like are we talking?
No, have you never seen Star Wars? Have you never seen Star Wars? HAN, Han Solo.
Young, he's young. So I was like 30 years before he was born.
Okay,
that's makes me feel old.
Now what?
Yeah, he's a Disney fan.
Han Solo is something completely different. That will get your video demonetized. We don't want to be talking about that. Han Solo.
Okay, so FTFE and Hugh Jarsz, what do you want your team to be called?
Jared suggested Team Scrotum. What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, go for it. Team Scrotum.
Team Scrotum?
Yeah. I don't know why, but whenever someone says the word scrotum, something weird happens to my computer and something appears on it. I've got to make it now because it took too long, so the joke's ruined, but there you go. A nice picture for you.
I feel like that's more likely to get my channel demonetized.
Oh, I've never been demonetized with that plenty of times. Especially if Nathan Thompson turns up, that's always on.
Okay. So, first round. So the first round will simply be what does your team... Well, it's going to be called... Well, yeah, it's called My Teammate is A. And that's basically where you have to try and guess what your teammate thinks of you. So this is an opportunity to, if you think your teammate idolizes you, to say, oh yeah, I'm awesome. And it's not me saying it, it's my teammate. But if your teammate thinks you're shit, then, you got to also consider that. Anyway, we'll start with Catz. So, Catz, what do you think that AB Science thinks of you?
What do I think? Now, what did I tell him to come up with? Possibly handsome, intelligent, would probably be two of the things he'd never say.
Well, he thinks that the light that shines off your head is divine. I've heard that.
Yeah, He could think I'm a walking, talking specular highlight. Maybe I'm going to go with sarcastic. I think he thinks I'm sarcastic.
I think that he thinks that Conspiracy Catz is at least Conspiracy Catz's head is the best proof the globe has for curvature.
So you lock in sarcastic?
Am I going to lock in sarcastic, or am I going to lock it in? Let me think of one more. I'm going to... Right, AB Science is a nice guy. So I think he's going to say something like, he's a good laugh. I think that. I'm going to change it for a good laugh.
Okay. That's your final answer?
Yeah, because we have a good laugh when we talk, yeah.
Okay.
No!
So...
Oh!
Fail!
So he actually...
I think you're a good laugh.
So he actually says, clearly a Satan worshipper who has done a deal with Crowley to get all of his subscribers.
God, you know what? Do you remember that one of the first videos he did? He took the, I think the Snarks in the chat who did the theme tune for the outros for my video, and he took that and he turned it into a minor key and changed it, and he turned it into a very satanic tune. And I remember he said that in that tune.
Oh, shit.
In that video, he said that in that video.
So yeah, I've just got to get things back up. So let's go to FTFE now. What do you think Hugh Jarsz thinks of you?
Well, he was really annoyed that he caught me in his bushes once again. So I'm imagining creepy, overbearing, is around far too much.
Okay, so that's your final answer?
I don't know. He seems like a nice guy, and he does like fighting the flat Earth as well as me. So I'm actually going to say he thinks that I'm good at debating flat Earthers or something like that.
Actually, you are partially correct.
Ooh.
So I'm going to give you that one because the answer that he gave was friggin' awesome, smart, educated, forthright, no bullshit, excellent at debating, good communicator, and he also calls you the Hammer of Flurfs. Hammer of the Flurfs.
What was your PayPal address again, Hugh Jarsz? Just so I can...
It was £100 we said, didn't we?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, so because AB Science isn't here, I guess it's forfeit for that. So...
It's only 1 point.
Catz said that AB Science was a genius.
I'd love to be as smart as him.
I did. He's a clever guy. He really is a clever guy. But after he called me a Satan worshipper, I might change that now. But no, he's a genius.
Truth hurts, though.
Okay, so now for Hugh Jarsz, what do you think FTFE thinks about you?
He's stalker if he's hanging around my bushes. A bit of an arse, I guess. Actually, in this exalted company, I feel overwhelmed that I've been allowed to pick up your boots to be here, even. I reckon he says I'm handsome, famous, and good at the sex.
Good at the sex.
That's your final answer?
No, I think the final answer will be, the hell is Hugh Jarsz?
I was actually going to...
Oh, was this the guy you were talking about? Shit, sorry.
So, yeah.
No!
So, what FTFE said was funny and shares a passion for pointing out how stupid flat earthers are. Okay, so that's the first... So that is the first round over and done with. So what... Are you all happy with what your friends said about you? Or what your teammates said about you? I don't know if it's friends anymore.
I imagine Catz is in a normal situation of not having any friends to do this with. So.
Well, I was going to say, I think when Hugh Jarsz did that, I think he thought that I was his teammate and not Craig. I think that's probably what happened.
You tell yourself that if it makes you happy and you can sleep at night.
If I lose this quiz, I will not be sleeping at night. I'm very competitive, so I'm already losing. I can feel the anxiety. I'm going to lose my hair, mate. I'll be pulling my hair out.
What hair?
So yeah, the first round is over with 1 point to Team Scrotum and 0 points to Team Hand Solo.
Got a point.
So now on to the second round. The second round is simply a quiz.
Yes.
And
The answer is 42.
it's going to be 4 questions to each side. When I say your questions, discuss it with your teammates before you actually give your answer. Then when you give your answer, I want you to say, we're going to go with, and then what your answer is. Try and give a few funny answers beforehand, before you actually give the proper answer, and yeah, that should be good. So, first we're going to go with Catz. And
Let's do it.
So the first question is, which year was the Bedford level experiments conducted by Alfred Wallace which showed a spherical Earth?
See, that is a very, very good question, and I will give you the answer if I knew it exactly. I can't remember. Oh my word! Right,
Doesn't have to be exact.
Wallace,
I'll give you about within 5 years, as long as you're
within 5 years, either way.
Yeah.
Either way, right. Do you want the day of the week as well?
No, I've just got. What
colour underpants he was wearing?
Which time it was conducted? In the first conducted?
The time. Oh my! I'm going to say it was 18. I'm going to say 69 because I've got to fit 69 in there somewhere. So 1869.
So
and it was
bloody good.
So
it was at 12:69 in the morning.
So 1869. That is actually close enough for me to give you the point. The actual year was
1870, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1870. By the way, every correct answer in this round is worth 2 points. By the way, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Can we just clarify? Does that mean I'm actually winning?
Not true. I challenge that.
Until
conducted it in 1838.
No. 1838
another guy.
was when the dumbass done it.
Robotham.
Robotham did it in 1838, and then just like all flat earthers, ignored refraction. Just put it really close to the water and thought, you know what? Just because we can see that obviously means the Earth's flat, but as Wallace proved, as soon as you move away from where the refraction is, that there's actually fucking curve. And he even put markers in place to kind of give an actual reference as to what the curve was. All the markers were level with each other; they were all at the same height. But when you looked along that stretch, they were the one in the middle was higher up than the one at the end, as it should have been. Flat earthers have not learned from that when that idiot started it. They're still doing the same stupid mistakes of just ignoring refraction.
Or anything that just goes against what they want to say. So.
Yeah.
All right, so now for FTFE and Hugh Jarsz. Your first question is, what will turn Catz into a psychopath?
What do you reckon, Hugh? I mean, as you can tell from the way he acts, he's on the edge anyway, so I don't think it's going to take much, right?
I was thinking Riley to start off. Came to my mind straight away, Riley.
Yeah. I know. How about if we make him go in a 5-hour car journey with Riley being the person reading him the map?
Driving even, that'd be... Yeah.
Well, we don't want him to die.
Oh, yeah. Oakley in the back seat.
But could you imagine trying to take directions from Anthony Riley?
Yeah.
So, Riley, which way have I got to go now?
Off this cliff.
What? Well, the definition of which way actually means I have to give you a colour. No! We're passing the exit. Where do I need to go?
It's a CO2, he'd say. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would find open heart surgery whilst awake preferable to spending time in the same room as Anthony Riley? Because just looking at him, I think he smells bad as well.
I can actually probably.
I mean, there's must be bottles of pee. There's obviously bottles of pee all around him, so that's going to smell quite bad.
Flat Earthers do drink their own, don't they? Saving it up because it's like panic buying.
What do you reckon, Hugh? How about spending time with Anthony Riley as our final answer?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Think of anything funnier anyway.
I'd like to watch it.
All right, so is that your answer?
Yes.
Can I steal, or do we not do stealing?
Well, first I'm just going to go
No.
and we're not letting people steal the actual answer, but you can give the answer if you think you know what it is.
I think they've misinterpreted the question. What do you think, Plain or Walk?
I think I think they're thinking what will hypothetically turn Catz into a psychopath.
Yeah, that's what I took as. But I think you've used the word cats and they've thought of me, but you might have been speaking about the animal, in which case the answer would be catnip.
Oh, no, I'm actually talking about conspiracy cats.
All right. Okay.
I thought I was being stupid then.
The answer is video games, more specifically, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah, they had a bad time playing with Sean the other day, did you?
Well, it's more that he wanted to kill everyone, so that kind of scares me.
That's how I play video games. And like, there's this thing about video games, this whole stigma of, you play violent video games and you're going to be, a violent person. But I've played video games my whole life and I've hardly killed anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's more of games. I think it's more of people that play violent video games were already violent. So I think Catz was already violent. It's just we haven't actually seen him physically in person with a flat earther. So
of course, Catz is violent. He gets for a job. He gets locked into a room with 30 screaming kids. So
yeah.
All right, Catz, are you ready for your second question?
I could not be more ready. Bring.
Okay. Which of these words is spelled with two S's? Misdirect, misspell, misfit, or misnomer?
You know what? And I know why you've said that, and that is because this week wasn't it the hot millionaire? Like, is that American's equivalent of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I think it's basically a thing that is.
It's a flat earther on it,
yeah. That's it. A flat earther went on it and misspelt one of those words and didn't realise which one should have two S's. And it was misspelled. Does have two S's in.
And you are correct.
Just to clarify for everyone in the chat, what is the score at the minute?
It's currently Catz winning 4-1.
4-1. Just wanted to point that out.
But
wait, is he getting double points because he's on his own?
No, second round. This round is 2 points for each question.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. So now for FTFE and Hugh Jarsz. Which of those answers was chosen by the Flat Earther on Millionaire Hot Seat when asked which one was spelt incorrectly?
I haven't actually seen the video.
No, I've
heard of it and I haven't watched it yet. No, damn. What were the words again?
Give me a sec.
Misdirect, misspell, misfit, and misnomer.
Well, flat earthers tend to get the most funny and ridiculous thing wrong. So I'm leaning towards misspell. Because if they're going to misspell, then it's going to be the word misspell, right? They're going to not just be wrong, they're going to be extra wrong.
What's the correct answer, though? But to pick something other than that.
Ah, yes. Right, okay then. I don't know. Flat earthers get stuff wrong so much that it's hard to point out the actual wrong that they get.
I'm
But
gonna take
has
it.
anyone noticed that whenever a flat earther goes on TV, it's always a fucking train wreck, like a total train wreck?
Yeah.
I think flat earthers are less like of those three words that are available. Misnomer is the word that they would misunderstand the most.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You're going to go with misnomer?
No.
The actual answer was misfit.
It's fit. Right?
And they should know that word because they're all fucking misfits.
Yeah.
What I was thinking.
So
No, I remember remember watching a allegedly Dave video once where he was doing the Bedford level experiments, and there was a section in it when it was nice to meet up with all the flat earthers and be in the presence of all these intelligent people. It's lovely how all the misfits think that they're the intelligent ones.
True. I'm also going to
Special.
with the millionaire hot seat questions. I'm going to introduce two new things, right? So each team gets a lifeline now.
Okay.
You get two lifelines to use throughout the course of the entire game, except for in the fourth round. You can't use it in the fourth round, or the sixth round.
What are the lifelines? Are they like phone a friend or something? Because I'd phone Baldy Catz. He's the smart one.
So
I was thinking that. Yeah.
there's the ask help from the other side, and that's basically where you ask your opponent what they think. Now your opponent doesn't
You get the wrong answer. Yeah.
The opponent doesn't actually have to give you anything useful. They just have to say something that say,
Sounds fair. I like it.
yeah. And then there's also narrow down where you get to ask me, and I'll give you a couple of possible answers.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So on to the next question.
Ready.
All right. So for Catz, what day of holiday is it in New Zealand?
National
day?
Holiday.
Yeah.
Assume you mean today. Yeah.
Right. I've absolutely no idea. But AB Science would know. I can guarantee he would know. So do we get the mark for that?
No.
Suspect he wouldn't know this one.
So do you pass the question?
I do not. You shall not pass. No, I will not pass that question. I'm going to say it is the National Day of the milkmaid.
Then wait, what was that? You cut out.
Others to us all.
The National Day of the Milkmaids.
National
Because
Day.
they
Said
tend to
milkmaid.
milkmaids or maids. Milkmaids, maidens, maids. Is it something to do with farming and milk making?
Is that going to be your final answer?
It's something to do with farming and milk. Even if you say it's something different, I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it the day that New Zealand became an official state of Australia?
So
we don't want them.
No.
So no, it's not. It's actually.
No, I'm only kidding.
It's actually.
I'm only kidding.
Also a day in Australia as well.
It's actually.
Is it Anzac Day?
Yeah. Well, I put the node before he got it, so I'm not going to give Catz for points for that one.
So
Just
what?
allow me to say,
Sorry, chat. Thanks, though.
Just allow me to say, let's have thoughts and respect to all those who've served in the military forces through the years. I know Craig's a serviceman as well. Thank you for your service. We have the society we have today because guys put your lives on the line.
I'm assuming it's your military thanks day over there.
It's when the British generals send all Australians and New Zealanders to their death at Gallipoli.
Ah,
Yeah.
good guys.
Anyway, now the question for Team Scrotum.
Woo,
Hey.
woo.
What will be happening on Monday the 27th in New Zealand?
Monday the 27th.
Yes.
Is that the
What will be
official
happening?
public holiday? Today's a Saturday.
I don't know.
Is that the Treaty of Waitangi? No, that's January.
So the 27th. What day is it today? It's Friday here. So it's Friday. So that's going to be a Tuesday over there, isn't it?
Monday, I think.
Or Monday. So what?
Well, I'm saying Monday the 27th in New Zealand, so it's Monday the 27th in New Zealand.
Right. What's going to be special about Monday the 27th? Is it payday?
Is it what day?
Payday, end of the month. It's when you get your shield checks in.
Pretty sure it'll be like the day in lieu for Anzac Day being on a Saturday, so it'll be a public holiday for Anzac Day.
Or is it a national meeting to go over the new scripts to pretend that New Zealand and Australia are real and everything?
Shh, be quiet about that.
Shh, my bad.
Yeah, there's people watching.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what?
So what's your answer going to be there? Come on, you need to reach an agreement of the answer.
I'm going to say that Hugh Janus is right, and it's the official day of the celebration they were talking about.
Because in Australia, we have the public holiday on the actual day that Anzac Day falls, unless it's Sunday, I guess. But yeah, in New Zealand, I imagine they sort of want to go for the long weekend, whatever chance they can get.
So...
No!
Gee, you're not... like, Catz is beating you both single-handedly.
We're letting him.
Oh, that's an image I don't want to have.
So, yeah, the actual answer is...
Going skiing.
The actual answer is New Zealand will be exiting level 4 lockdown on the 27th... on Monday the 27th of March. And so...
Everyone's going to be like, it's so bright outside. What is this?
Yeah, people are finally going to have to go outside. I mean, I've only been to the shops once since lockdown began, and this was this is actually on the day the announcement was made, and it was so different going to the shops because there was plexiglass up, and it was very different. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not 27th of March.
All over New Zealand to be really scared on that day.
I mean 27th of April, not 27th of March.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to turn, like, the majority of the world's population into agoraphobics. I don't want to go outside. There's other people out there. They're going to infect me.
Plague, the plague.
Yeah. I think it's going to be... The whole thing is going to result in a massive change in the way that everyone does things. It's a fear that's kind of going to be hanging over us for a while, and we can't just ignore it. And it's always going to be there now. And I don't think a lot of the restrictions. Obviously we're going to come out of the really tough lockdown that we've been in, but a lot of the restrictions are going to have to be there for the foreseeable future.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm just hoping that we do have some positive changes, at least from this coronavirus, because there's a lot of bad things happening, but hopefully we can get some good things out of it rather than, just focusing on, at least people need to recognize what the problem is, but at the same time, it would be nice to get some good things out of it. So,
I know. If people just realize that those 5G towers are giving us all virus, then everything will be fine. I mean, it's so obvious, guys. Why can't you see it? They turn 5G on, and all of a sudden, even though 5G uses the same frequencies as the old analog TV signal, which isn't used anymore, and has been around for many, many years, obviously, the fact that they're now switching on 5G is giving everybody coronavirus. If you don't see it, then you're all just indoctrinated sheep.
The cure is to burn the 3G and 4G towers.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can't even say it with a straight face.
It's mental. Anyway,
that's my next video is about all that. I'm working on quite a funny script for to the people that are denying it. And funnily enough, every single flat earther, I haven't met one flat earther that doesn't think there's something fishy about it. Some of them are like, yes, the virus is real, but it's a Chinese bioweapon that's designed to wipe out 95% of the world's population. Or there's some kind of crazy theory attached to it somewhere. Or there's Anthony Riley straight up not understanding how ratios work.
True.
Oh, God, yeah.
Anyway, we'll go on.
I really think it shows.
We'll go on to the
Sorry.
I was just going to say we're going to go on to the next question unless Catz has something to say about it.
Although Andrew Baker does have a good point. Trump has already told everyone how to cure yourself, and that's just, inject Dettol straight into the bloodstream.
It'll fix you permanently.
All right.
You'd be dead, so you definitely have no fucking virus.
That's right.
All right.
No problem.
We'll go on to the next question for Team Han Solo, and that is who does Ranty now think should win every dumb fuck of the year?
I think it's everybody's. Now let's have a look at who it could be, but isn't. I mean, it could be Nathan Oakley, couldn't it? Because of the obvious. It could be Quantum Eraser. It could be literally anybody that Ranty ever has on his panel. But I think it's Sleepy Morrie.
Is that going to be
it's funny. It's funny that Ranty was so close with all these people, but he's fallen out with so many of them. And it's interesting to note that his channel is no longer Ranty Flat Earth; it is just Ranty. And
I think he's changed the Flat Earth for the algorithm. I think he's trying to build his channel. I think
he did say that, and a lot of his chats are not even about Flat Earth anymore. But yeah, I had him on for a debate. And oh my goodness me, all he did was just deny. When I actually presented him with measurements of the curve of the Earth, his only response was, "Well, they must be wrong." Yeah, of course. All of these different measurements from all over the world, from different teams that all got the same thing, they were all just wrong. And when I said to him, "Well, why is it that things disappear behind the horizon then?" "Oh, refraction causes things to sink." "Well, why can't refraction cause things to lift up?" "It can only cause things to sink." Oh, fuck me.
I saw that. It was embarrassing.
So, is that your answer, Catz?
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Morrie. Yeah.
And you would be correct.
Oh, you're
pulling away. Pulling away.
Questions. I know the answer to all his.
Guys, you know perspective, don't you? Right? But because of perspective, am I that far ahead now that I'm just a tiny dot? Or am I that far ahead that just the bottom half of me is vanishing?
Just looks like it. Yeah.
Well, the angle of attack
looks like I'm vanishing bottom up.
Yeah, the angle of attack actually means that you're not winning. The angle of attack means that clearly, when you look at it from the correct way, we are still in the lead.
Right, well, we will see, because I'm approaching the horizon.
I mean, I've actually, purposely made it so that the team that would be less familiar with the answer is actually the team that gets asked the question. So it is kind of rigged, but anyway,
it's rigged. Quotation from Planet Walk. It's rigged.
I'm sure the chat's paying any attention to us. They seem to be having a conversation with Flat Earth Aussie Roscoe, and one seems to be engaging with us. We might as well just have a drink and sit back.
Yeah, I just want to say, Ross, again, the support that you show me by constantly, turning up wherever I am, it means the world to me. I'm a big fan of you.
And
you fucking moron.
We now have AB Science here to join Team Hand Solo.
Hey. Oh, so now all the points that Catz has get halved, right?
No.
How you doing, partner?
Yeah, not bad. Are you alright? Are you smashing it?
Yeah, he's killing us.
You know what? We are making it look incredibly easy. I thought I'd just build up a decent lead for when you got here. So that's what. But we're gonna have to change our name now because we're Han Solo. But I will give you the responsibility.
Wait.
New name.
I think you should now call yourselves the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, all right, okay, we'll do that.
Basically
saves me having to think of something.
Here we go then.
There we go.
Yeah.
Smashing.
The Millennium Falcon. I've spelled everything wrong. It's actually Millennium Falcon, but no one actually.
Space comet, Catz.
But no one.
It is spelt as the Kiwis pronounce it. Millennium Falcon.
Too many vowels in there for Kiwis. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll on to the next question for Team Scrotum. Which game was released by Square in 1999 for the PlayStation 1? Which game released by Square in 1999 for the PlayStation 1 was recently remastered for newer generations?
Ooh. Oh, right.
The
So
game is-
Square.
Yes. Square.
I was an adult in 1999, so I wasn't playing games anymore.
All right, so what has Square done? Square did a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, right?
Well, I'm not here to give you hints.
No, I'm talking to Hugh Jarsz here. I'm
You
not a
know more
massive
than me,
fan. I'm a big gamer, yeah, but I honestly don't know anything about Final Fantasy. But I do know that Square make Final Fantasy, and that Final Fantasy VII has just had a big remaster. So when you look at the gameplay from Final Fantasy VII, it looks original PlayStation era. So I'm gonna say Final Fantasy VII.
I'll go with that.
So that's your answer?
Yeah. No.
The
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, that was actually a bit
Come
of a
on.
that was actually
On
a bit
you,
of a that was actually a bit of a trick question. The actual answer is Final Fantasy VIII.
What? Did that have a remaster as well? I didn't even know.
Final Fantasy VII was not a remaster; it's a remake.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is a
redone from the ground up.
is a remake, and Final Fantasy VII was released in 1997, not 1999.
See, I'm a gamer, but I don't know about Final Fantasy.
Just play it. You don't have to study the history of them.
And once again, we fall further behind.
That's only perspective, remember?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hope that Catz and AB Science's gaming knowledge is a bit more, because your question is, what was initially supposed to be the release date of the Final Fantasy VII remake?
Well, I think because I know this one, what I'm going to do is, rather than take the low-hanging fruit, I'm going to let AB Science answer this one, because it's obviously what we know. So I'll pass this on to AB Science.
Yeah, hold on. Hugh is just sending me a message. He's actually secretly sharing the answer with it with me.
Quite, no.
No, just about the kind of situation that just developed at home.
Yeah, as long as you say.
By the way, I do want to interject and say, remember, you do have the ask the opponents and the narrow it down lifeline.
Narrow it down. Sorry, what's that?
You're 50-50, I guess.
That would be narrow it down as where I give you some answers and you got to choose the right answers out of them. But you can only use the lifelines. But you can only use the lifelines once in the entire thing.
The thing is, I do remember it because Mrs. Science actually took annual leave for this. But we ended up doing something else instead, and I just have to try and remember when that was. It was at the beginning of March. It was in the first week of March, wasn't it? So, see what happened. It's oh God! It's fuck. I know it was right at the start. So
it's not fair. Catz obviously knows this is all fixed.
yeah. Catz, come on, get it.
It was all bravado for me, anyway. I've got no idea. I just thought you'd get it, and we can both look clever. But what I'd say is, let's definitely not use the lifeline, because the questions get worth more in the later rounds. So we're best off using our lifelines for more marks in the later ones. So just take a guess, mate. Just take a guess.
It's so tempting to just shout to Mr. Science when was the original release date, but oh fuck, it's the 3rd of March.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
You are correct on that.
Fucking yes.
That'd probably be
They're
the
rising again.
How did you get that right after all of that?
Well, I know because it was in the first few days, and I basically just counted back from something else that happened at the start of March. Because also games tend to come out on a Tuesday or a Thursday, if I remember correctly. So basically, I just had to do the counting of which one was it, and then there was a 50-50 between the third and the fifth.
Mate, that is impressive.
All right.
That is impressive. What's the score playing on?
8-1, but it's the last question. Hopefully, FTFE and Hugh Jarsz can score a point with this one. It should be really easy. And the question is, how does Conspiracy Catz pronounce memes?
Oh, well, I'm guessing he gets it wrong.
I remember noticing this, but I can't think. I think he just says mems, does he?
Mems or memmy, possibly. I'm going to say some things. I'm going to watch his face. Hold on. Mems. Memes.
Mims.
I reckon mems. What do you reckon?
That sounds Lancastrian.
Can we? Do you reckon we should use one of our lifelines?
We've got him on the run, AB, using lifeline.
We'd have to ask them. I guess we could ask him to say it. And they can't argue because he said it.
How would the narrow it down lifeline work here, Panel?
I'll basically give you some I'd give you about 4 possible pronunciations, and you'd have to figure out.
Oh, damn! I don't think that'd help. What do you reckon? Should we just go with mems?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, mems.
What the hell? It's all a bit of fun.
Yeah. No.
From our perspective, we're in the lead.
So
Yeah.
no point. Like, you did amazingly in that round. You managed to get a perfect score of 0.
Yeah, it's like golf, right? The one with the lowest score wins. Although I'm gonna do the normal flat Earth thing of just shit all over the chessboard and claim victory. Fuck you, ballers. I win. You're all indoctrinated.
The actual answer, by the way, is memes.
It is memes. Yes.
Memes. Names. Jesus, that's embarrassing, Catz.
Main
Is that not right? Is it not right?
No.
It's memes.
No. Meme.
Memes. Dear me. I'll have to teach you all how to pronounce it properly at some point, but
Yeah, you have to teach the entire world.
The reason
You don't speak
I'll have
proper
to
like
tell
a
the
Louise
entire
does.
world there.
The reason why it's actually called memes is because it's based off of genes.
Is it?
It was a Dawkins thing, wasn't it? Richard Dawkins thing.
Yeah. It was actually...
Yeah,
coined
so
the
there is
term.
a thing about meme theory about how it and that is it's quite a legit sociological theory, and it talks about how memes, which could be expressed as an idea, as just an idea about society or something like that, if you track that through a population, it can almost take epidemic it almost has the same characteristics as a population growth, and it actually grows and reproduces like an organism would.
Anyway...
This is why I was pissed off I had FTFE as a partner, because AB Science, is there anything you don't know?
I know, it's ridiculous.
The score currently stands at Team Scrotum with 1 point and the Millennium Falcon with 8 points.
So it's 8-1.
Yeah.
How many rounds have we done?
Only 2
round?
rounds. We're now heading into the
All right,
third round, and each question will be worth 4 points in this next round.
Yeah, we got this. It's cool. We're letting you
Too right.
think that you're going to win.
Yes.
All right.
What's up? AB Science turned up. Just because you've got an actual smart person on your team, you feel all confident now, Catz.
Lulling them into a true sense of security.
All right.
I've got to admit, I was not confident without AB Science. I was not confident till he got here. But it was nice to still be 8-1 up by the time he was.
Hey, AB Science, what's your PayPal address? I'm just going to make a little...
my mother's maiden name as well.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so the next round is going to be reverse questions. So I will give you the answer, and you have to work out the question.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right, so we're going to start with the Millennium Falcon, and your first answer is Karen.
Oh, AB. There could
yeah.
be a few of these.
Hold on.
What are you thinking?
All right, is the question, what would have been the problem if that was Superman's name instead of Martha?
Martha wasn't Superman's name.
Superman's mum's name.
Karen Kent? I don't know. What would have been the problem?
Well, him and Batman. Yeah, him and Batman would have definitely got into a fight if that was the case. Wouldn't have had the whole, your mum's the same thing as your mum's name's the same as mine.
I'm guessing the question isn't what is the name of the girl who works in my local chippy. I'm guessing it's not that, because that would be right.
Probably not. That would be really weird if he knew that.
Well, I've actually got a specific question. I've actually got a
Karen.
So, just to let you know, I've actually got a specific question that you've got to try and get. Well, you don't have to get the exact wording, but you got to get close enough.
Yeah, but there's so many questions that could fit. But I think we should go with who wants to speak with your manager.
I think we know it's got to be a flat earther question, isn't it? It's got to be a Karen B question.
Karen's on right now.
I think it's generally about the phrase, well, the word Karen to refer to the person who wants to speak to your manager. To be honest,
is that? Oh, that's not something I've heard before. What is that? Is that?
Oh, okay. Karen always wants to speak to your manager.
Yeah, so there's a kind of it's an internet thing where you have a
meme.
Karen.
A meme.
It's a meme and a meme. Yeah, and basically, it's a person who is not happy about something and throws up a huge fuss and wants to speak to your manager. They tend to be very self-entitled people, and it's a bit of a stereotype of the kind of upset customer that goes, "Oh, this isn't right. I want to talk to your manager."
I did not know that, so we'll go with that. We'll go with what AB Science says.
Okay. And just let me get the thing up.
No.
So the actual answer is what was recently trending on Twitter for supposedly being a slur?
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
Did some snowflakes
bring that up? I was about to bring that up in the explanation because some snowflakes basically. It was this kid who runs this channel called Friends of Journalism or something like that, and they did a poll on Twitter saying we think that Karen is a racist and sexist slur, which is as bad as the N-word.
Well, then you're a fucking idiot.
It should be banned on the Twitter, terms of use. And they did
Hey, talking about snowflakes,
if you agree or not.
Talking about snowflakes, did you see the 2 new characters introduced by Marvel?
God, yeah. Snowflake and safe
Snowflake.
Snowflake and safe space. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, that was
serious. Drop them now, but God, who thought that up?
I know, right?
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Apparently, the guy who thought them up also wrote a book about. It was called Santa Claus's Husband.
Santa Claus is what?
And I'm not even kidding. Husband.
Well,
I'm not even kidding. He wrote a book called Santa Claus's Husband.
Okay, that's
The story of Santa Claus's husband. before he went on to do Snowflake and Safe Space. So
they did it to try and reclaim the word so that you can say that you're a snowflake and you can use that word. But nobody wants that to be their word. Nobody wants to go, yes, I am a snowflake and I'm proud of it. It was so stupid. I mean, when did this even go to marketing? Someone went to a pitch and said, I've got an idea, and everyone was hungover that day. Yeah, fuck it, that too.
I have no idea why anyone would think that would be... do they think that Harry Potter is real, where you can just claim the word mudblood as your own or something, you know?
I know, right? Oh, snowflakes.
Anyway, next... So the next question is for Team Scrotum, and the next answer is for Team Scrotum. Your answer is 5G. What is the question?
Causes corona.
Yeah. It's obviously which towers should we ignore and set fire to the 3 and 4G towers instead to stop the coronavirus? Because the story of the big story around of someone setting fire to a 5G tower. They've actually set fire to a 4G tower instead.
Well, it's not as bad as the birds in The Hague, though.
No.
Where they filmed these kind of like these loads of birds just being, they were dead on the ground. Then they're saying, it's because they're installing 5G masts. Whereas the telecoms company said, no, we haven't even turned them on yet.
Yeah,
and actually, it shows that the birds were poisoned. The suspicion is most likely that the protesters actually poisoned the birds. But, yeah,
and what a lot of so many of them don't realize is that the frequencies that 5G is using are frequencies that were in use previously for analog signal TV, and it was never a problem then, right? They're being
it's a slightly wider frequency range, but it's.
It contains that same frequency.
It's a bigger cover-up back then.
Yeah. So no, they don't understand anything. And it is no surprise that flat earthers are the ones that are latching onto this whole thing. Ross in the chat I just saw earlier, he says, no, it wasn't a Chinese bioweapon. It was patented by the USA. Apparently, guys, coronavirus, COVID-19 was patented by the USA.
Incredible.
Gates has a patent on a group of viruses. Doesn't mean he created them.
No. Oh my goodness. The answer is what causes coronavirus. The question, I think, is what causes coronavirus, right, Hugh Jarsz?
Yeah. So you're close, but not quite. The actual question was conspiracies about what have been going viral recently.
Is this all about going to be internet culture?
I think we should get that one.
To be honest, but then I should get the one about who wants to speak to your manager.
Shut up! You're winning. It doesn't matter.
Back in a sec.
Wait. Who said back in a sec? Did AB Science?
AB, I think.
AB Science, I think.
Okay, because I was about to go on to the next question, which was the next one, which is the answer is flatten the curve. What is the question? So I think AB Science is back now.
I'm back now.
He'll be back in a minute.
Okay,
flatten
he's back
the
now.
curve. I mean,
I'm just going to repeat it for AB Science. So the answer is flatten the curve. What is the question?
Be a trick question.
I mean, I can formulate lots of questions about it.
This is actually a pretty easy one, to be honest.
Oh well, we might go with the obvious then. So, what happens to? No, that's a bit. I was going to say what would happen to Anthony Riley if he had ate less pies, but I should not say that, so that will not come. But we could. Well, go on. What's the obvious question there, AB Science? It's what are the social distancing measures designed to do?
What they're designed to do, I would say, but there's other ways of formulating it. say what's
so I'm going to be I'm actually going to be quite very picky on the phraseology that you use because, as I said, it's a very easy one, so I'm going to be picky on it. Even if you've kind of got it right. Then
I can get it. I can get it exactly right.
You have to get it right to
what is the colloquial term for? What is the colloquial term for the effect that flattening the beta coefficient in the SIR model has?
Take that as his final answer.
Well, if I'm gonna, seeing as FTFE demands it, I'm gonna take that as your final answer, and it's actually close enough. Like,
Now I'm gonna get angry.
So this 4 points to the Millennium Falcon.
Fuck off.
Does that make it 12-1?
Yes. The actual question that I was thinking of there was, what phrase has been used in an effort to get people to limit the spread of coronavirus?
That sounded nothing like what he said.
It was close enough. Like, he said, what is the what is the term used to describe it?
Your term for the effect that reducing the beta coefficient in the SIR model has.
And it's close as like if he had have said what would stop spread from coronavirus, I'd have said that as a wrong answer, but he actually gave a really good answer there, so I'm going to give him that. Anyway, this next one should also be easy. So the answer, although the 5G was easy and you got that wrong, so the answer is rant. The answer is ranty. What is the question?
Who is falling
Warrior
out?
hates?
What's the response? Who's falling out with Sleeping Warrior and Nathan Oakley? Thing like that.
Has he fallen out with Oakley as well?
Oh yeah, he won't go on Oakley's show anymore. When he was on my channel debating me and team, he said he got sick and tired of going on there and just going, "Yes, Nathan, we'll answer the housekeeping questions, Nathan," and then Nathan just shouting at people while they sat in the corner. And then he demanded at one point that Quantum Eraser and Nathan Oakley present evidence for a claim that they were making, and they wouldn't, and they had a big argument about it.
Well, he's right with that. At least he spotted that they are. See you.
As far as flat earthers go, I mean, don't get me wrong with what I'm about to say, but as far as flat earthers go, he's relatively sensible. But he's still a flat earther, which means that, he's got an IQ in the negative section.
Well, it presents more evidence than ranty, of course. It's just that it's not the evidence that he thinks it is.
Yeah. Oh, is this about going over a curve? That's proof of flat Earth. Brilliant. Well done. Love it. But the answer to the answer is ranty. So what's the question? If we're talking about things that have been going on recently, then he's had a massive falling out with Sleeping Warrior that's been very public. But what about the videos that Sleeping Warrior did? I think one of the titles was something like "Who Can't Death Rate," or something like that. Was a specific title that Sleeping Warrior used when he was talking about Ranty and me. So could be something like that. What do you reckon, Hugh?
Is it which flat earther rhymes with dirty undipanty?
So many possibilities, yeah.
Exactly.
Hugh, do you have any ideas?
The falling out with Sleeping Warrior is the only thing I can think of. I try not to watch his because my brain goes sad.
Yeah, brain goes sad.
I saw Philip Bell was on, and the poor guy. It was like a bunch of hobos arguing with Richard Branson on how to run an airline, They just knew nothing, and he's a genius in what he
Richard
does.
Branson fucking sucks.
He knows more about running an airline than a hobo would. Put it that way.
Yeah, in fairness, but
and that was
still
the
not very
analogy.
good at it.
So have you got your question?
Sleeping Warrior thing, I guess.
Yeah, who's
fallen
recently
out with
fallen out
Sleeping
with Warrior? No.
The actual question I was expecting Hugh Jarsz to get this was who recently attempted to debunk Catz but instead proved himself wrong.
I mean, that's happened so many times, to be fair.
Well, yeah,
True.
Yeah, that's par for the course, isn't it?
I mean, let's to be honest, when Catz debunked someone, they stopped being a flat earther.
True.
He debunked people that hard.
All right.
You know what? That
With
was
legal ramifications.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go on to the next answer, which again is a rather easy one. And
Steve Fix, man, they're getting all the easy ones.
And that is Mankini. What is the question?
Oh, is it what you spotted me in when you were peeping through my window last night?
Around other bushes, Craig. I thought you were loyal to me.
Look, you're not the only one that I'm perving on, okay?
Oh, you're hitting on me.
I'm a busy guy. There's a lot of people that keep sending me their addresses and stuff, so...
Mankini, like... I haven't seen anything on the internet about Mankinis this week. I've not seen anything flat earth wise. AB, what about you? Have you seen any Mankini related stuff?
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, I have seen Mankini stuff. I have been on the stream with Team Skeptic. Jesus Christ!
I said there's nothing he doesn't know.
It was fucking.
Catz, if you're not aware, right? On Halloween, all right. Team Skeptic and me were doing a stream, and he said that he would wear a Mankini. So he'd ordered a Mankini from Amazon, but it didn't turn up in time. So during the day, he'd gone out and bought another Mankini, and he was wearing it on stream. And just before we started, right, there was a knock at the door, and that was his new Mankini. He thought it was his Mankini arriving he'd ordered previously. He forgot that it was Halloween, and there's little kids that go knocking on the doors at Halloween asking for candy, and answered the door in his Mankini. Just kind of stood there with the parents. No, he wasn't live. It was just before he went live. But he stood there with the parents, and he's in his Mankini, and the kids are there asking for candy.
Oh my word! Dear me, that's not going to be the highlight of his year, is it? Those poor kids.
I know, right?
All right. So, do you guys have a? Do you guys have an answer, or?
I'm just gonna go with what is Team Skeptic's favorite attire for when he performs the sex dance?
Is that going to be your answer, Catz? Do you agree with that?
I agree with literally everything KB Science says. So yes.
So
that's a bad idea.
So.
I mean, everything apart from that bit. Can we change it? No, I'm kidding.
No.
So, funnily enough,
I just got to say, Sean Hufford has just corrected me in the chat. No, we were live when Team went and answered the door. That was right, yeah, because there was a knock on the door and he had to go and answer the door.
Funnily enough, you were literally given the answer there.
Shit, okay.
Teams, Fight the Flatters literally just gave you the answer on a platter, and
I was thinking, should I give that as the answer? But
his clever plan to throw you off the stand.
All right. Time to get into some more difficult ones. All right.
That's what she said.
The answer is, this might be a good spot to find some ingredients. What is the question?
What did Nathan Thompson say when he was setting fire to stuff in his back garden? And in case anyone doesn't get that, he was setting fire to shit in his back garden.
He had to be productive in his life, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it was clear he was just cooking his dinner. I don't know why he had a big hole full of dog shit in his back garden. Well, obviously not his back garden because he doesn't have a back garden. He quite clearly camps on people's couches and stuff, or stays in places with 8 shower heads but never uses any of them. Right. What was the question again?
It's about the place to find ingredients.
The answer is this might be a good spot to find some ingredients. What is the question?
Drawing a blank.
What did the team from the Wuhan biological lab say when going on their break in the local market?
So is that what you're going to go with? I have a feeling that you have no idea what it is.
No, we have absolutely no clue.
Okay. The actual answer is... the actual question is, what line was repeatedly said by Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts 3, which spawned a meme?
What the hell's that?
Wow, that's esoteric.
I had a feeling that, seeing as FTFE was a gamer, that he might at least know something about Kingdom Hearts.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. It's downloaded on my hard drive, but I haven't even clicked on it.
You see, if you had played it, you'd know.
Can you understand a word Donald Duck says? I mean,
true.
Yeah,
met Donald Duck, by the way. When you, to Disneyland.
When you go to play it, just keep in mind that one of the things that is repeatedly said throughout the game is, "This might be a good spot to find some ingredients," in a Donald Duck voice, which means that it needs subtitles. But it's like the one thing that you can understand because he says it so much.
It sounds like he's trying to cough.
All right. Now for the question for the Millennium Falcon. The answer is monkeys. What is the question?
Where does Sleeping Warrior get his legal information from?
Who does Sleeping Warrior look up to in intelligence?
Who does Nathan Oakley look like?
What will Sleeping Warrior evolve into?
He's going to just skip Snail.
It's not going to be a trick one and be about the band, the Monkeys, is it?
It's not a trick question. It's
monkeys. AB, any clue, mate?
So many questions. Unfortunately, only one answer.
What is the question? What is just above Nathan Thompson in his family tree?
Oh, ouch! No.
When I was making this one, I had a feeling that there'd be a whole lot of flat Earth jokes.
Oh my word! Monkeys. It's got to be something to do with maybe an evolutionist. A creationist out there, have they said something about? No, it can't be like a Kent Hovind thing.
Is it that, who could Kent Hovind lose a debate to?
It could be.
Could be a style of
it. Oh my word! Right, AB, what do you think?
Oh God, I mean. Just in the context of the community, I would say, what did we not evolve from? But
that be according to somebody, won't it? Monkeys. Oh, hang on. Didn't somebody put a video out saying monkeys don't exist?
What?
And they were a whole...
Hans War.
Monkeys don't exist. I'm sorry. Monkeys, of course, exist because we've all seen flat earthers.
But
so to monkeys again.
Because I'm doing a video for Jumpmonk, the Jumpmonk, and I'm debunking a claim that koala bears don't exist. I think it's koala, and on the playlist is given. Somebody's actually put out a video saying monkeys do not exist. So I think it's a well-known fact.
It's a well-known fact that koala bears don't exist. It's just, for the Aussies, it's slightly less embarrassing than having to admit that you got chlamydia from shagging someone. And just go, it was a koala, mate.
Aren't they called drop bears?
Koalas aren't bears, so that they don't. Koala bears don't exist.
All right, I didn't.
Drop bears, they're real. Eat a Vegemite sandwich, otherwise I go straight for the jugular.
Is the answer What has a higher IQ than all of the flat earthers combined?
So I'm guessing AB and Catz. Like, are you gonna pass it or is it?
No. What pass? I'm gonna go with. Unless you've got one you want to go with more strongly.
No, this is yours.
This is yours. Okay, then I fancy the one that said, "Who's like." According to a recent video, what doesn't actually exist, or something along those lines.
Okay, so
No.
Yeah,
what a shame.
the actual
Getting a lot of work out.
the actual answer is, the actual question is: a COVID-19 vaccine protects what from coronavirus, according to Chinese biotech reports?
Cool.
That's actually,
I would have
right,
known that.
pretty
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
well
because that
done.
was
The monkeys are safe, but there's a lot of other people that could do with that right now.
All right, so
I mean, are we really concerned about the monkeys getting coronavirus?
Well, it is a crucial stage in a protocol for development of medicine. But,
Yeah, it's obviously.
They can't go on and pass it to other monkeys. Yeah.
so
Well, no, because
The
they're in a
next
cage.
part-
I mean, that's about as far as social distancing goes, really.
all right, so
What's the score, Klairuhnz?
the score is currently 12-1 still.
Yes, we're in the lead, according to perspective.
Yes. It's exactly how I planned.
So all right.
On 'em.
This question for teams, or the answer for Team Scrotum is 30th birthday. What is the question?
Is the question, what age do most anti-vaxxers die by?
I mean,
That long?
I thought it was the third birthday.
30th birthday is
What will Parliament
1990.
celebrate in 20 years?
I don't know. 30. Hugh Jarsz?
Just thinking, 1990, 91 is when the Soviet Union dissolved, wasn't it? What's happened in 1990? Kuwait invaded. Or singing with Pavarotti.
What day
Oh,
can
it's a
I
wee
not
nipper.
remember?
I have a feeling that this. To be honest, I do have a feeling that AB might know the answer to this. That's why I didn't give it to AB and Catz, because I had a feeling that it would be too easy for them.
He knows everything, though. Everything's easy to him.
30 years old. What's 30 years old?
AB knows that maybe it's a Dutch thing. I don't know. You get back to Dutch
ISS.
news.
Is it something to do with the ISS? Is it what recently? Is it
It's younger than
what
that. Isn't it?
birthday did the ISS have recently?
Oh, Hubble. Hubble was around then,
Hubble,
wasn't it?
ISS. No, wait. The ISS is 20, not 30, I think.
It's not that old.
Hubble, possibly. Should we go with Hubble? What recently?
I don't think
No?
you should.
No, obviously not.
No, I think that's a really bad idea.
I don't know the
wasn't-
answer.
Yeah. I think it was launched in 1990 because I remember it wasn't long after I was singing with Pavarotti. So yeah,
You sang with Pavarotti.
yeah, in Verona,
Ah, nice.
My word.
Awesome.
in a 3,000
mum,
voice choir from all over the world. So I can say I was.
Yeah,
singing
my mum sang with Pavarotti in a similar kind of gig, and a mate of mine did as well. They did Comuna Burana in the concert hall in Rotterdam, and it was my mum in the kind of the proper choir, and it was my mate who was in the kids choir, because the kids section for the Comuna Burana is quite big and important.
So, are you?
Lady Di too.
So, what's your answer going to be there, Team Scrotum?
Hugh
thinking
Jarsz,
Hubble.
this is
Don't
thinking
choose
Hubble, I see
Hubble.
the
Don't choose Hubble.
Because
Don't
he's
choose
saying
Hubble.
that, he would
because
know.
he's saying that.
So I'm definitely going to choose Hubble. We couldn't do any worse than we're doing already. So
No, right. So what's the question? What just Hubble?
who had it? What was the phrasing of the answer?
Or
30 years old, right?
The answer was 30th birthday.
30th birthday.
Which birthday did Hubble celebrate this year?
Yeah, okay, let's go with that.
It has to be very precise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll actually give you that one because it's
Yes!
What has the
Come
Hubble
back.
What has the Hubble telescope reached today?
Today, is it?
Yeah, today is the 30th birthday of the Hubble telescope.
Interestingly enough, it's also the 40th birthday of my first corgi.
Nice.
That he's alive, but yeah.
Wow.
Coincidence?
All right, so you finally got points. Yay!
We're sneaking up now. Sneaking up. Win is certain, you know.
Yeah, we're
Have the
just
confidence of
Finally,
others.
you've actually got points that can be deducted next round. Anyway, there's still two more questions, which I've slightly rearranged. All right, so the next answer is light and heat. What is the question?
What doesn't Stephen Warrior understand?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be that. To be honest, that could be the question for so many things, like
30th birthday.
What does a plant need photosynthesis? It could be. Yeah, what words can quantum erasers not spell? What switch? The switch for what two things are too tall for too high for Ranty to reach? But I think I know what it is. Do you know, AB? I think I know this one.
It's just one of those. There's so many possible questions that can fit that. So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking something to do with the coronavirus and Trump. So this morning.
Yeah, it's going to be Trump related, isn't it? Yeah.
So
Has everyone injected their Dettol today?
Well, I was feeling a bit shit this morning, and then I injected some Dettol, and I don't feel anything right now. But
I'm not surprised.
You're not actually talking to me because this is actually an artificial intelligence program running which is trained on my voice. I'm actually dead.
Well, if
Oh,
that's
you
the case,
died from the. That's why it took you so long. You died from like a fire or something. And
Wait,
I was feeling a bit shit. I was cooking some stuff. I was feeling a bit shit. I injected some Dettol and it burnt.
I thought.
If you are a computer, though, I do need to ask you a question, and that is, what's 1 divided by 0? Yes, there we go.
Nan.
Broke him.
So it's purple.
All right. So do you have a?
I would. It's a Trump. It's a Trump thing. So maybe it's like, what did Trump say will kill the coronavirus, or what they?
I think it is a bit more straightforward as to what will actually kill the coronavirus because, yeah.
We'll go with it.
So I'm actually gonna say no for that because
what shame!
it's
guys.
what is Trump?
Oh, it's terrible.
What is Trump recommending as treatment for coronavirus? So if you had actually had that Trump thing in there, then yeah.
Do you know, like, I just want to say to all the Americans watching, you do realise that, like, in 30 years' time, everyone's going to be going, do you remember that time that America elected Donald Trump?
Well, hold on. Do you really think that in 30 years' time there's going to be in America at this rate?
No, Trump's going to be the last president of the USA.
All right. So now for the final. For the final thing, see if it's catch up. You should get it. So the answer is social distancing. What is the question?
The answer is we're up. The answer is social distancing. What is the question?
How do you stop flat earthers breeding?
What are all flat earthers pretty good at doing anyway? because people run from them when they're on the street corners, like Nathan Thompson trying to hand out flyers to children.
Well, I think it's more likely that. I mean, to be fair, like they're always good at it. Like, remember when Team Skeptic went to the Flat Earth convention and Nathan Thompson practiced his own social distancing and just ran away?
Yeah.
Flat.
Team Skeptic. Oh shit! I need to go to the toilet in a different building. Right. So. Social distancing.
Curve, I guess.
Yeah. What
that.
will help flatten the curve? I think is a sensible question to ask for that, right? Are we going to go with that, or is this another trick question that we're just going to get embarrassed on?
I think we have to go with that, but it'd be nice to come up with a funnier one.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. The answer is what will help flatten the curve.
So yeah, I'll give
Question,
you that.
rather. Yes.
Scrotum.
It's what is the answer that I had typed out was what is a way to reduce spread of coronavirus. So yeah, now it is.
What's their scores?
The score is Millennium Falcon on 12 and Team Scrotum on 9.
Oh,
we're in the lead again.
That doesn't feel so good, does it, Catz? Oh, look, he's going off to cry.
I'm gonna put your light on.
Oh, you got one of those as well.
All right, so I'm actually a little bit thirsty, and we need to get ready for the next round. The next round will be no, yes, no. It'll be a round in which we will go through each contestant, and we will be asking each contestant questions, right? And I'm going to actually take questions from the live chat and ask the contestants these questions. They have to answer the questions without saying yes or no. Every time they say yes or no, they get points deducted.
Right.
I'll say yes instead of yes.
I'm going to go and use the toilet quickly because I don't want to do a Riley and do it live on stream. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay?
Okay. So, chat, I'm going to actually go get something to drink.
Everyone's abandoned me.
The first person we're going to have up is Catz. And so get your questions in now for Catz, and I will be back. Also, talk amongst yourself because, that's...
Rhubarb.
Well, let's address the chat. So, Hugh Jarsz, have you seen anything in the chat you want to address while this is gone?
I'd like to see you having go at saying Wakapapa, Katani, and Warrana. New Zealand names are just confusing. Like Woolloomooloo or something like that.
Wakapapa, Wakatani, and Wakawarawara. Is that right? Or am I totally wrong?
I have no idea. I'm not a Kiwi.
No, yeah. I went to Australia and we bumped, but then again, that's still not New Zealand, is it?
Or several thousand k's away.
But a lot of when I went to like an Aboriginal centre, and it was all fascinating to me to learn about all the history and stuff. But I was amazed at the amount of things that they named twice. So like we got, I brought back a nulla, which is like a weapon, like an old thing we used to club prey with and stuff like that. But there were so many things you used to just use the same word and just name it twice. Like, has any of that stuck? Like in Australia, still get things named with the same name twice.
Really, but English does that. I mean, there's three different meanings of the word red, isn't there?
No, I don't mean like the same word mean different things. It literally had the name was nulla, and there were lakes. I can't remember them now, but like it was the same word just said twice. Maybe NZ Pure might know what I'm talking about, but it was just like the same word said twice, one after the next.
It made grammatical sense.
Where was that Aboriginal settlement, mate?
It was on the East Coast. I was maybe near Rockhampton.
Okay. Because there's different, even languages, about 3,000 different languages across Australia of Aboriginal languages. And they all have different names for themselves. They've sort of settled on either Morrie or Curry. Curry's more a New South Wales thing, particularly Sydney. But they all don't like each other, of course, so it's sort of checkerboard across Australia, what they call themselves. So, different places are going to, might well use, Jin's a good example, as Phil Morris was there. They might use the same words because they've heard it when they've interacted with others in the past, and just reuse it in their own area, but it doesn't necessarily have the same meaning.
Okay.
Harry Werp says that's called reduplication. I'm going to have to look into that. It's not something I've heard of.
All right.
Okay, the man's back.
Yeah.
All right,
Like
so
something really exciting.
Turn Riley.
no, I had to get a drink because my mouth was was drying up. Anyway, we're going to start with Catz. The objective is not to say yes or no. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, and we are starting now. All right. So first question is: are you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
Just Catz.
Yes, just Catz. Is Conspiracy Catz going to entertain us now?
Conspiracy Cats might entertain us after this segment.
Okay. Are there any intelligent people in here?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are there any intelligent people in here?
I'm sure there are plenty.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I was just. What is the point of rhetorical questions?
That's not a yes or no.
Who wants to know? Oh, shit.
A difference.
There is a difference between
There's a different. But I give an example of a rhetorical question there.
Would you... Gently's channel says, would you like me to rifle through your underpants?
Please.
I would say... Again?
They said, would you like me to rifle through your underpants?
That was my answer to him. It was,
again.
Again.
Okay. Alright. I'm actually... Oh. How do you spell yes?
I am not aware of
Does YES spell?
Okay. One person saying, who were Burke and Wills? I'm not sure.
Burke and Wills, they were, if you remember the cartoon, what was it called? I can't remember.
Okay. Mr. Jones asks, Conspiracy Catz, is
It has
your
a
wife...
moose in it.
Steal that?
So,
I was related to Burke.
Okay, but someone says, how do you spell... is your wife attractive? Conspiracy Catz.
It's complicated.
So he's contemplating yes or no. Which is he contemplating?
Possibly, but it's all in the eye of the beholder, so...
Okay, would you go for a beer with Riley?
I would go for a beer with anybody as long as social distancing was being used and I wouldn't have to sit very close.
Okay. So, Conspiracy Catz, would you say flat earthers are idiots?
Flat earthers are idiots.
Okay. And
Very good.
Mr. Jones... Mr. Jones asks, have I got him again?
I hope so.
Factard says, if YES spells yes, then what is EYES?
Eyes.
Okay, do you guys have any questions for Conspiracy Catz whilst the 5 minutes is still going?
What is a
5
3 letter?
minutes.
Oh, there's 1 minute left. Oh, actually, Dora says.
What? I was going to say, what is a 3-letter word beginning with Y and ending in S?
That went a little bit broken up for a minute. Do you want to just say that again? Sorry.
What is a 3-letter word beginning with Y and ending in S?
Yos. And it's a flavour of a yogurt that they have in Denmark.
Got a question. What does NO spell?
I'm not aware of that.
Riley is smarter than you. Is that true?
I highly, highly, highly doubt it.
Dora asks, which American organization has a Santa tracker every year?
NASA.
All right, and the time is up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes. I've said it. Yes.
All right.
That's harder. That's harder than you might think.
All right. Now
It's not.
yeah. All right. Now we're going to go on to FTFE. Now, be sure to get in to get your questions in. So FTFE, the aim is to not say yes or no. Do you understand?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay. Time starts now. All right. Let's see. One person says, "What's the difference between a duck?"
What's the difference between a duck?
Yeah. I don't know what they mean by that.
I mean, what's the potential difference of a duck?
42 degrees.
Okay. Andreas Elder says, "Do you pronounce the H in my last name, and if so, how?" And it's like Andreas Elder or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. I'm not entirely sure. I actually tried looking for the pronunciation of your name online and haven't found it. So I'm going to say I don't think you do pronounce the H in your name.
Okay. One person asks, "Does FTFE fight with tight shirts?"
Every day. Problem is, they just keep shrinking in the wash. Nothing to do with me getting fat at all.
Okay. Do you think Planawalk has done well hosting this debate? Please elaborate.
Sorry, who's Planawalk?
Here's one. Are you sure you're in the right place?
This is the intro to physics class, right?
Okay. Yeah, I suppose it is. Is 10 to the negative 17 a negative number?
That depends if you're using the JM calendar or not.
Okay. One person asks, this is one from Multi Tom Tom. Does FTFE ever think of fighting Flab?
Oh, it'd be lovely to be able to do lots of exercise, but unfortunately, I'm on a bunch of medication that makes me put on weight.
Okay. What do you do to stupid?
Curb stomp it with the boot of knowledge.
Okay. Are you good at Call of Duty?
Better than Team Skeptic.
Why is he called Planawalk when he's always sitting?
Good question. Highly classified, though.
Have you ever asked yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Many times. Many times in the last year.
Tusk says, if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Definitely.
Okay. We've got about a minute and a half. Does AB Science or Catz have any questions for FTFE?
You started to tell the difference.
Yeah, we look exactly the
Do
same.
we have any questions?
I do, so I've got a mouthful of crisps.
One person does ask, why New Zealand doesn't appear on his globe animation? So yeah, why doesn't New Zealand appear on your globe animation, FTFE?
It does, but you need to look next to Florida. There's a small island. That's where all the fake actors from the Southern Hemisphere go.
Okay, AB Science and Catz, do you have any questions?
Yeah, are you about to debate Flat Earth, Aussie Jesus? Is that something you're about to do?
That's Team Skeptic, not me.
You sure?
Absolutely. I've already demolished him many times. In fact, with the following link that's about to go in the chat, you can see me crucified.
Last October? Last October, was that then?
I've debated him a few times. I'm not sure of the
In
exact
October
dates.
last year. No, not sure.
I'm not sure of the exact dates now. Oh, damn it. Ah!
Nice.
Screwed it right at the end.
How many seconds were left?
Over about 15. Oh.
Nice.
All right. Okay, I'm thinking that's an. I'm not going to calculate the negative numbers quite yet, but that is. All right. We'll go off to AB Science now. AB Science.
All right, bring it.
Your objective is to say. Your objective is to not say yes or no. Do you understand?
Yes. Well, I suppose that I will understand. Yes.
Do you need some time to get prepared there?
No, I don't, because I understand the clock has not started yet. Therefore, I am safe.
So we're not. I'm not starting the clock until you've. So your objective is.
So do not start the clock until I have acknowledged that we do not use those forbidden words, right?
Exactly. All right. So yeah, the clock is starting now. All right. Do you know who cleans the dome?
I think it's a guy called Gary, and he works at NASA.
Okay.
No, Gary's on holiday. They've told Tim to do it at the moment, but you remember what happened last time Tim was put in charge of something, right?
Fair enough. I mean, Tim is a fucking idiot.
I know.
I mean, all those fairy lights, he just... Oh, Jesus Christ, he keeps dropping them and wiring them the wrong way around. You know what happens when you kind of wire a semiconductor the wrong way around. It's just a mess.
Tim doesn't, apparently.
Well, he's clearly a fucking idiot.
Okay. From Charisma and Dave, yes or no, what gender would you say you associate most with?
Well, the question, the answer that you request is not compatible with... Yeah, the expected answers are not compatible with... Huh?
You said yeah.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I'm very, very drunk, by the way.
Drunker.
Yes.
But I associate myself as male.
All right. Because there's still time on the clock, what is your opinion on MeatTube?
MeatTube, I think
on the
it is
MeatTube.
The MeatTube is a mythical thing that it does not exist.
Okay. Question for... Why have flat earthers not taken flatten the curve as proof of flat earth?
Nathan Oakley tried.
because they're idiots and they don't understand it.
Okay, here's one. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Well, actually, and this is not me trying to avoid one of those answers. Actually, I don't care. I can take it or leave it. Leave it.
You either hate it
It's
or
not
you're
the
against it.
first thing that I would go for, but if it's there, then yeah, I'll have it.
I mean, it's like someone asked, "How'd you ruin a pizza?" and someone went, "Oh, I know."
Okay, what does the German word "jar" translate to in English?
Jar?
Yeah.
I have no idea because jar. What the fuck is that?
You keep jamming.
AB Science, is this a picture of you?
Hold on. That is most definitely not a picture of me.
You sure?
I would need to consume quite a bit more methamphetamine, and well, my hair is going to go the same way.
Is this a picture of you?
I would never allow a picture like that to be taken off me because I'm sorry, it looks like a camp boy band member that, of a boy band that never really made it past the A.
Don't you love the way he posts that all around like he's so proud of how it looks? It makes me laugh every time.
It's tragic.
Like a pedo.
All right. Gently's channel asks, is Ken Wheeler an expert in magnetism?
I have met many experts in magnetism. I would not count Ken Wheeler among one of those.
All right. Tusk asks, is AB ever going to answer my ballistics question?
What ballistics question? I cannot quite remember.
Yeah, I don't.
Victoria all the time, man.
What is the value of the Riley coefficient?
12 unicorn farts plus 3 rainbows.
And can you flip 4 heads in a row?
I will give it a try, shall I? No, I can't find a coin. So
there's another no.
Oh, shit. Fuck yeah. I'm very drunk.
2 no's.
Yeah, in the fuck yeah.
But that is not one of the words
Still the
that
time.
is forbidden.
All right, so that was 2 no's from AB Science. Well, and now we're just going
One of them really early on.
Yeah. So now it is.
Dragging this out quite a bit, aren't I?
Now we're going to Hugh Jarsz. Remember to get your questions in so that we can keep on firing questions. All
Feel
right.
good. The smart guy got 2 no's. Teammate got a no. So hey, even if I stuff up, I'm still ahead.
You wait until you see the questions I've set.
Well, I've only I've selected 3 questions from each person. So there's going to be a total of 12.
I submitted 3 questions.
Yeah, you actually submitted 4 questions. All right, so
Did I? Oh, okay.
Wait, do we find out what the scores are yet?
No, not yet.
I'm absolutely stalling. Fucker.
All right. So the objective of this round is to not say yes or no. Do you understand, Hugh? Is Hugh there?
Hugh?
Did you not hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
I think
No.
so. Was the answer?
Maybe. Okay. All right. Your time will start now. What's the energy density of VTEC unicorn farts?
Rather smelly, I think, would the answer be.
Okay.
Unicorn farts smell nice.
Does the Queen own all the corgis in the universe?
He actually doesn't own any corgis at the moment. 94-year-old lady, they're a tripping hazard.
Okay. Is your name a euphemism?
Name a euphemism?
What was that?
Name's a euphemism?
Yeah, is your name a euphemism?
Suspect not.
Okay. Are Aussies better than New Zealanders?
They're bloody better.
Um,
All the New Zealanders come over here. It's not the other way around.
is New Zealand real?
I think New Zealand is as fake as Australia.
Okay. That's. When do you? Question: Can you spell New Zealand? Can you spell New Zealand without vowels?
New Zealand has vowels?
Yeah, apparently we do. I think.
No language.
Is New Zealand a valid question?
I think that's just the question here, is New Zealand?
It's New Zealand? Is this an answer? I guess is the response.
Hugh Chang asks, would Hugh like to get together with me and plan a walk?
So if you're cute or not, I guess.
One person says, can you stop FTFE changing his picture, please? It's messing with my monitor. I guess that's just...
Oh, sorry. That's a running list of Nathan Thompson memes.
FTFE is like the Radjicow to me. You know, I have no control over the Radjicow. So.
Okay. Does the winner of the Miss Universe competition always come from Earth?
Depends where it's held. If it's held on Earth, then that tends to be the case.
Did you ever spill something on your deck?
Just wanted to hear you say that, Wolf.
Oh, here's a good one. Would Hugh like his ancestors pardoned?
Would I need them pardoned?
Savage.
So my ancestors came from Scotland. So.
Okay.
So yes, they definitely need to be pardoned.
We're Team Scotland here because FTFE is from Scotland.
Well, have you heard? There's none Scottish in there.
Oh, tell my parents that. My parents say I sound Scottish.
It's Mon Okay the New.
Okay, the new.
Okay. Question: Hugh's on first. I'm not sure what that means.
It's on second. But no's on third.
Will
N-O-W.
Will Australians stop?
What did I just hear?
Will Australians stop whinging? This is from NZ Pure.
It's interesting because it's the Poms that whinge the most. Come over here to escape the bad weather, and then they complain about the weather here. Oh, it's too sunny today.
Well, in fairness, yeah, the Poms do complain about a lot.
Okay. Which country has the most docile sheep?
Wouldn't know. That's a question for New Zealanders, I would have thought.
Will your channel become a success?
I hope so, but it's up to you guys out there. Subscribe. Click and subscribe right now. Go to my video. I'll put a link in the description. The chat, I mean. There you go.
One person.
That's shameless shilling.
What? One person said, "Whose picture?"
The person in the baseball team, I guess.
And lastly, have you said yes or no yet?
Suspect not. One's pulled me up on it if I have.
I think I heard one, actually.
I think it was a no as in KNOW.
So I even spelled it
right,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
I think that, interference, yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah, beat FTFE, yay. And AB Science.
all right.
Good job.
So,
Time ever.
the points now stand at Team Scrotum on 5 points, and the Millennium
Hey, we're winning.
and the Millennium Falcon on 4 points.
Oh,
Hey, that happened.
Yes, I told you, we're coming from behind.
Because
You
each
shout it to a sheep, we're coming to a horse
Catz,
from
you have
behind.
to realise that I'm pretty drunk.
Sorry, mate. I know you've got it in
You're
the.
always
You've
drunk.
got enough in the tank to smash this last round. Or how many rounds have we got left?
we've got 2 rounds left. We've got the next round is questions from the other side. This is so essentially what I did is before this I got a whole lot of questions from each person, and I selected the best questions. This is the last Oh yeah, by the way, this is the last round that you can use your lifelines in. So
right.
Okay, no one's used them yet, so yeah.
that's very important because the round after this you're not allowed to use your lifelines.
Okay.
All right. Each question in this will be worth 8 points.
Now.
Wow. So still to play for then.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let me just bring up the questions. All right. So the first question is for the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
What 2 animals are so exotic and weird it's as if they were made from parts of a platypus?
What 2 animals?
Yeah, what 2 animals are so exotic and weird it's as if they're made from parts of a platypus?
Made from parts of a platypus.
So platypus is often joked as being like 2 animals fused together, isn't it? Is it got like
Oh.
a beak?
They're not. Plus, it's a perfectly normal animal.
It's
fucking weird.
Good. I mean, good point.
Brainy keeps telling us that he's a beaver, but Brainy is clearly a platypus, right?
Yes.
Is it a
Spurs and everything.
a duck and a what's the other half of it? It is a beaver, isn't it? What do you think,
Wait,
AB? I think duck and
on,
beaver, but
hold on. What? So, all right. So they said that the platypus is
He's right.
a composite of, it's a really weird animal, and it is a composite of some other animals, right?
it
So
looks
what
that way. Yeah.
exotic animal? What 2 exotic animals are made of the platypus? Not what 2 animals make up the platypus.
What was the question, Plano? Look.
What 2 animals are so exotic and weird it's as if they're made from parts of a platypus?
From parts of a platypus. Right, but is it exotic and weird thing a straw man though? Do we think? Because if it's not, then it could be a duck and. It's not a beaver, is it? It's not a beaver. What's the big thing?
Particularly.
Fur on that.
So do you guys have an answer yet? Because we're going to need an answer
Jesus.
sometime soon.
Is it an otter? Not the thing that flaps about. It's a duck. I'm sure it's a duck and something. Duck and beaver or duck and otter. I think duck and otter. What,
Yeah, I'll
AB,
go
I will
with
go
that
with
because
that.
I'm going to go with that because the question doesn't quite make sense to me.
So duck and otter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give it to you because you actually had it correct before. It's duck and beaver.
Shit.
Showing your northern hemisphere chauvinism.
Yeah, but you're
Because beavers are exotic. Our point of view.
All right.
the questioning is weird. Yeah, okay.
So that was a
Sorry,
question
sorry,
from
Jimmy.
Hugh Jarsz.
Yeah, no, it's just the question that was asked. It kind of said that 2 animals were made of parts of a platypus rather
if.
than Yeah, because you're a Southern Hemisphere chauvinist.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
I get it now.
Turning the
I get
table
it.
for a
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So for Team Scrotum, what is Conspiracy Catz's favourite superhero?
Ranty.
That's probably close.
Ranty
Hasn't he
is
mentioned-
the. But no, what's his favorite superhero? We asked what really his favorite superhero is. Now he showed his Wolfmere had Marvel on it, so I'm gonna guess it's someone from the inferior superhero universe.
Pretty sure I've heard him talk about Batman before.
No, he's from DC. They're the good guys.
Seriously, is that debate even going on?
I know DC are obviously far superior. Right. I don't know. Do you think he likes Batman?
Rings a bell for me.
No. All right, let's go with Batman.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Let me bring this up. Where is it? There we go.
No.
The answer is actually The Flash.
Yeah. Who was
I'm
confirmed
sorry,
even
Catz,
by
but
Marvel
it's
to be
sad.
faster than anybody in the Marvel universe?
Faster than Superman.
Oh yeah. Superman's
way
only
faster.
Superman's only the third fastest in the DC universe.
Okay. All right. A question for here's a question for the Millennium Falcon. What is the average airspeed of an unladen swallow?
It is actually 28 meters per second, I think, AB, because I did Google this.
Well, is it a European or an African?
Oh, the two different types. I'm pretty sure I did Google this once, and it came out to be 20-something meters per second. I think it was 28. But is it a dead one or one that can still fly?
Yeah, what's the average
24,
airspeed of a dead swallow?
Is it laden with the coconut?
I'm going to say, and then I'll pass it on to AB to correct me, 28 meters per second.
28 meters per
Hang on, that's
second.
meters per second. Oh, no, hang on. I've got my units. We'll be talking about miles per hour. That would be stupid if I said 28 meters per second. That's ridiculous. But then again, that's running the 100 meters only like twice as 2 and a bit
Wait,
times faster.
hold on. 28 meters per second. It's so 28 meters.
That's running the 100 meters in 3 seconds, isn't it? That's 3 times faster than Usain Bolt. There are faster birds than that. Well, it could have been miles per hour. But then that's pretty slow for a flying bird, isn't it? A flying thing to do 28 miles per hour.
Yeah.
It could have been kilometers per hour.
Oof.
It was 20-something, whatever unit it was, I Googled it.
Oh God.
Thing your unit these days.
Sorry.
It's funny because, Planner.
Oh shit. Because you're right. I do vaguely recall coming across this answer. But let's see.
We're going to have to give an answer, aren't we?
Yeah,
It's going to have to be a random guess. Right. Okay. So yeah.
Right, you choose a unit. 20. I'm going to say 20.
Okay.
Do we go with
28.
meters per second or miles per hour?
28 is a bit fast, I would say. But fuck it. All right. Okay. 28 miles per hour.
So that's your answer?
Yeah.
Where's my mouse? Oh, there we go.
No.
The answer
Shit.
that I was actually looking for is, what do you mean, African or European?
Oh, motherfucker. Fucking
From you, Craig.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Fell exactly into the trap I wanted to.
Oh, you little bastard. I didn't set mean questions like that.
All right. Time for the next question. So for Team Scrotum, which fruit can be used as evidence for special relativity?
Which fruit can be used as evidence for special relativity?
Yeah.
Ooh. Banana because it's curved? Hmm? Hugh Jarsz, what do you think? What fruit can be used as evidence for relativity?
This is ringing a bell, but that's all it's doing, unfortunately. Pomegranate's coming to mind, but I don't think that's right.
No.
It was a story recently.
It's not one that I've seen, but it's interesting, and I'm trying to think of an answer for that.
Or it says egg. Well, no, Riley.
Is it to do with how fast they fall off a tree? Honestly, I've no idea. I wouldn't even know where to start with an answer with that one.
So, do you pass or?
Yeah,
You lose a point if we get it wrong, or
No, you don't get any points if you get it wrong.
but do we lose a point?
No, you don't.
All right. So, the subconscious gave me pomegranate, so let's go with that.
So,
okay.
the answer is bananas.
Oh, I said bananas, bastard.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So yeah, you don't get that point there. The explanation though is bananas are rich in potassium. One naturally occurring potassium isotope is potassium 40, which decays via either beta plus or beta minus decay. When it decays via beta plus decay, it emits a positron, which annihilates with an electron. This emits 2 photons with the exact energy predicted by E equals mc squared.
Wow.
That was the answer that AB gave me, so...
Well done, AB.
You said you didn't do any nasty questions. What the fuck was that?
Brilliant.
All right.
But yeah, there's someone in the chat does point out something very important, that genetically bananas aren't fruit; they're herbs.
That is
You
a good
can
point.
bite me.
Thank you, Fred Bailey. I should have remembered that.
All right. So, question for the next question for the Millennium Falcon is: who won the Bathurst 1000 race in 1984?
AB science.
What the fucking what?
The what race?
The Bathurst 1000 race.
Famous touring car race in the world.
It's a what type of race, sorry?
It's famous touring car race in the world.
Touring car
I
race.
do not know what any of those words
All nations
mean.
stop.
It takes
Do
place.
you know any touring car drivers?
Any Tory car drivers?
Yeah.
I mean, I know of Greg Murphy.
He's a Kiwi, yes. That's why you know him.
Of course, like I
There's
believe he
like
actually
12 you, isn't there?
Richards is a Kiwi too, but he's spent more time in Australia.
1984. I don't know anybody from that area, and I don't even know any touring car drivers.
You
The
were
only
even alive
person-
then?
I'd have been alive. I'm in my 40s.
Let's see. Hold on. So let's run the numbers here quickly for a moment. We've got we submitted 3 questions each, right?
yeah.
They've asked one question, so this is question number 2, which means that we have another 4 questions.
This is actually question number 3, I think.
The only driver I know, the only one I know who is a touring car driver, his name began with a B, and I can't remember what the hell it was.
Bob, Bertie, Bernie,
It was.
Beryllium, Beatrice.
I can't remember what it was. It began with a B.
I'm going to go for Bertie Beryllium Beatrice.
I guess
First
we'll go
person
with
to
that.
name their child that gets a win.
But Yeah, let's go with Bertie then. I don't know. I remember somebody that he's the only touring car driver I know began with a B. But
Okay, so that's going to be your answer? I mean,
I don't fucking know anything.
you might as well just pass it so that I can play my little soundboard.
hang on. We're not allowed to use lifelines in this round.
Oh, you are allowed to use lifelines. You've got
Right. So let's use. How do we do that?
you've got to define which lifeline that you're gonna use. You just have to say it's either ask the other side or just say we want to use the sort of narrow it down lifeline.
Okay.
And narrow it down gives us multiple choice, essentially, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
So
How many multiple choice options have we got?
I'll probably give you something like 3 different choices.
Okay, 1 in 3.
Actually, I'll probably give you 4 choices, and you'd have to guess the right one. I just have to search something up.
So 1 in 4.
Yeah.
Right. Or we can just ask. If we ask the other team, they just give us the answer.
They don't have to give you the answer. They
Give you the wrong answer.
yeah, they could try and give you the wrong answer. It's one of them ones where it's, they could give you the right answer, or they could give you the wrong answer. Maybe they'll give you the right answer to throw you off.
Let's save it for now, because as it stands, they're only 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
You're looking at it from the wrong perspective. We're way ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Whatever perspective you look at, you're going to lose.
All right. Okay. Bring it, bitch.
We're applying surfism.
All right.
Well, we have to use them this round though, because we can't use them in the next round.
Yeah, but there's still quite a few questions left.
How many questions are left in this round?
3 questions left.
Okay.
3
We've got
questions
2
for
lifelines,
us.
3 questions. I say go for it.
Right, so you want to narrow it down, or do you want to ask the other side?
You take it, Catz.
Given the fact that we don't know it, I'm going to ask to narrow it down.
Okay. So your options here are Mark Winterbottom, Valentino Rossi, Larry Perkins, or Greg Murphy.
Oh, I recognize one of those names.
Or Anthony Riley.
I recognize one of those names, but that's it. Catz?
I recognise one of them as being an F1 driver. But more recent than 84, it was Rossi. Unless Rossi was the dad of... Just say them again.
Mark Winterbottom, Valentino Rossi, Larry Perkins, and Greg Murphy.
Which one did you recognise, Sabi?
Well, it's Rossi, that one I recognize, but I have no idea.
Well, I recognise Rossi, but it's probably a bit too early for the one I know, but maybe he was the son of a toy car driver. So should we go for Rossi?
I don't know. I think that maybe a red flag. So what were the other ones again?
So there was there's Valentino Rossi, Mark Winterbottom, Larry Perkins, or Greg Murphy.
I'll let you go for it, AB.
His name sounds funny. So Mark Winterbottom.
So that's
Miss
your final
Frosty Bum.
is that going to be your final answer?
Yeah.
Catz. I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
fuck it.
let's go for it. Let's lock it down.
So
No!
the actual answer there was Larry Perkins. The answer that Hugh Jarsz had given me was Peter Brock and Larry Perkins, but I narrowed it down because I don't know many race car drivers. I know that I'm pretty sure Mark Winterbottom is actually F1 as well.
Right.
Yeah. But
Damn
I don't know. I'm
not sure Mark Winterbottom was born in 1984. But...
I have no idea who it is. I just thought Winterbottom. That's going to be quite cold.
Frosty Bum is called. Yeah.
My headmaster at primary school was called Ramsbottom. I always laughed at that.
A place in Surrey called Pratt's Bottom. I went there for dinner once. I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Right up Pratt's Bottom. Yeah.
On to the next one. So for Team Scrotum, Situation Brown was a code name Catz and his friends had at primary school to warn each other of what?
We don't know what Catz did at high school. Primary.
When the chili at lunch was particularly bad.
He had a teacher called Brown, and the Brown teacher was approaching. It's Situation Brown. You know, in hospitals, you have code blue, code red. External threat is code brown.
Yeah, well, I think as Catz is obviously smart, he was one of the smart kids at school. He's lost his number 4 pencil with an eraser.
He got brown because he worked it out with a pencil.
I don't know. Why would you have code brown as a kid? I like the idea of it being a teacher that was called Brown that they had to avoid.
Is that your
Yeah, let's go.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, Hugh Jarsz, you cool with that?
Yeah, I think there's a teacher to avoid. Yeah.
So your final answer's teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
It was actually to warn each other of an incoming stinky fart.
Of course it was. It's fucking conspiracy, Catz. Fuck's sake.
He's always the highest level of intelligence, isn't he? You know, he operates on a plane way above us.
Yeah, so good.
Oh man.
All right. Now for the Millennium Falcon. Who was the best Star Trek captain?
Just give us a second.
What?
There's a Situation Brown. The best Star Trek captain.
Yes.
Now, are we allowed to ask, when you say Star Trek captain, are we talking about Enterprise captain, or are we talking about somebody of the captain rank of any of the Star Wars series? We're talking about Enterprise or any of the series?
Any of the Star Trek universe.
So how familiar are you with Star Trek, AB?
Tragically bad.
You're a nerd.
Well, we started off with Captain Pike.
Did you just call me a nerd?
Yeah, you know everything, so you're a nerd by definition.
How am I a nerd?
You know everything.
You're a scientist. Of course you're a nerd. Nerds are cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the
And yes, Scorpius it is.
to me it is pretty obvious, but
Well,
Bald is the clue.
We started off with Pike on the Enterprise, and Kirk obviously took over from Pike. And then even, what was it, after that next generation, we had Picard, which Riker even captained the Picard for a short time. Data captained the Enterprise, for a short time. We got Janeway. And who was that guy with the tattoo on his face who captained the Voyager for a short time while she was... We got Cisco
Pote.
on the Deep Space Nine.
Pote.
That's him.
Good day.
And I'm going to rule out... I'm just going to say you're not going to be as obscure to go for the Quantum Leap character from Enterprise. And I'm going to rule out... That's it. I'm going to rule out Discovery and Enterprise. And I'm going... I personally think you're going to say Picard because I'm similar age to you, and I grew up thinking Picard was a dog's bollock. But
Look like you.
are you thinking Kirk? Is that what you're thinking, AB?
I'm thinking Picard.
Oh, you're thinking Picard as well. Brilliant. So should we go for Picard?
Sorry, what was that?
Should we nail that down?
Yeah, Picard. It's got to be the best. Yeah.
So that's your final answer?
Final answer.
No.
It's actually Cisco.
Yes.
Yes. Cisco.
Damn it, yeah,
You're a terrible human being.
Cisco stopped the fucking Dominion War.
He was an excellent manager. If you look at it from a management point of view, all way he was written, he was just the way he handled people, the way he dealt with situations. He was just awesome.
He had a much bigger thing to manage than any of the captains of the ships. The amount that Cisco went through, he was definitely the best captain.
All right.
He was good.
So, the next question for Team Scrotum is, why was Einstein rejected from the military?
Didn't change his hairstyle.
Too short. I actually don't know the answer. I'm sure someone's told me before, and I think it was something like chronic arthritis, but...
Actually, no, I think it was something like he was quite young at this time we're talking about. And I'm thinking it's something like dyslexia, or did they even diagnose it back in those days?
I'm not sure.
He had something like that. He was on the spectrum almost.
So maybe the answer is because he wasn't smart enough? That he didn't pass their intelligence tests?
No, you can still be smart if you're in those situations.
Yeah, I don't think, like you said, I don't think they would have been thinking about autism. It would either have been you're dumb or you're smart.
Yeah, I guess so. If you can't read and write, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, autism diagnosis didn't really start until the early 70s, to be honest.
It was Jewish, though. It was Austria.
Austria
or German, I can't remember.
Wait, no, didn't he live in Germany? And maybe it was because he wasn't German then?
I think he was born there, wasn't he? Went to Switzerland. Didn't he?
Wasn't he born in Austria? Or is that where he lived? Am I thinking it the other way around? Right.
Either way, they're both Germanic, so...
Right, let's use our narrow it down lifeline.
You want to use your narrow it down lifeline? Okay, let me think of a few possible answers. All right. Just got to think. All right. So, just trying to remember. Shit, like this is actually pretty hard to come up with like answers to throw.
Make them all the correct answer. We'll pick that one.
I'll give you three answers. So, A, excessively smelly and flat feet. B, he wasn't intelligent enough. Or C, he had arthritis.
Suspect this one close to everyone in the army, I thought. The last one, I think, Klairuhnz said because you mentioned that, Craig. But you also mentioned the middle one, but I suspect that seems like a more ironic answer.
Although I do remember someone else saying about Einstein being smelly, and I'm sure I remember something about flat feet as well. So just because Klairuhnz has said that, I kind of want to go with the silly answer of he was excessively smelly and had flat feet.
So is that
it's a bit too smelly? If it was just flat feet, I'd probably go with you. The smelly bit seems just...
What is that? I'll leave it up to you.
Last time I picked against you and we got it wrong, so I suspect it should be up to you.
All right, I'm going to go with... all right, no, let's do it. Let's go with flat feet and excessively smelly.
So that's your final answer?
Yes.
8 points to Gryffindor.
Oh shit!
But we were Team Scrotum.
And by the way, there were not separate things. They were not excessively smelly and flat feet. No, they were excessively smelly and flat feet.
Right, I see.
As in, his feet were so smelly.
Really smelly and flat.
If you're ever constricted, guys, make your feet really smelly.
Could you imagine what different world physics would be if Einstein had got into the military? Who knows?
Well, the issue is that he would have been put in a meat grinder in the First World War. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if Team Millennium Falcon can catch up. All right.
Oh, they can't.
So, how many LEMs descended towards the moon's surface?
How many? Oh, this is a space question, isn't it? So,
Space comic.
Is this in total over all the missions?
I think it might be.
and this is a fight to flat Earth question.
It's actually not.
Let's see who did.
It's actually not.
Oh no, of course, because the Star Trek one was going to be.
Yeah.
So, were they all called the LEM on all the missions?
And is it just NASA or is it everyone?
I'm not sure. Like that'd be a question that you'd have to ask Hugh Jarsz.
So just repeat the question again.
In the Apollo program, I'll specify.
Right, during the Apollo program.
How many LEMs descended towards the moon's surface?
LEMs?
Yeah, LEMs.
Lunar excursion models.
Wasn't it called the lunar? Wasn't it called the lunar lander module? Not the lunar excursion module.
It doesn't really matter what it's called. What things that took men down to the surface. I can get that way.
So, like, how many craft took men down to the surface, regardless of name?
Oh, read the question.
What?
It's how many LEMs descended towards the moon's surface?
I think this is a trick question, AB. I think the LEM was what, and I might be wrong, I think that's what Neil Armstrong crashed in, and then it was redesigned. I don't know. I might just be thinking, but like, I always thought it was called the lunar lander module, not the LEM.
So it's a device that has got anything attached. I mean, so I mean, definitely it is going to be Apollo 6. Apollo 5 did it? Or well, 11. Yeah, all the stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think they are baiting us with this. Honestly, I think that it wasn't.
I think you're giving us too much credit.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say narrow it down.
You've already.
I'm gonna say either one or none.
You've already
Because
used
either-
your narrow it down, AB.
Oh yeah, shit, we did, didn't we?
You've only got your ask the other side.
Oh,
Should we ask
fuck,
him?
Yeah. Yeah,
have
fuck
to.
it.
Go on, we'll ask you guys.
So we're supposed to what? Pretend we know the answer?
You've got to give some kind of answer. It doesn't have to be the correct one. It's just got to be some kind of answer.
Hugh Jarsz says you asked the question. It's probably better if you give some kind of hint.
And a reasonable one. Come on.
Sounds like Hugh's dead.
Hugh, are you there?
Did he inject some Dettol?
Maybe it's the Australian internet. I think now's a good time to break out the Liberal government.
Right. So if we're talking about, I think we need to clarify the question because you guys were having issues. And as far as I'm aware, Hugh literally meant how many of the crafts were there that went from the lunar orbiter to the surface and back with people in.
Right.
Okay. So we're talking about Apollo missions that actually where some sort of vehicle actually reached the surface of the moon.
Yeah, we had 11 to 17 and 13 didn't make it, did it? So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'd say 6, unless another one didn't make it. I'd say 6.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to go with that.
So you're going to lock in 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is it?
No.
The answer was actually 7.
Oh, right.
10.
Oh shit! Of course, because they had another one which actually made it. Yeah.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Apollo 10 was a dress rehearsal, so it descended towards the surface, but came back up about 16 kilometers from the surface. Fun fact: Apollo 10's ascent stage was the LEM was still in space in a heliocentric orbit. It was rediscovered last year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, okay. It seems that Hugh must have dropped out due to bad internet.
Yeah, he's got a message says his internet on the laptop has dropped out. I think he's trying to rejoin.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go on to the next question anyway. So for Team Scrotum, last week Catz blocked his toilet. How did he do it?
He was taking a massive Nathan.
Is that gonna be your answer, or?
How did he block it? I think he's having like an argument with Baldy Catz. They live in the same house, but they hate each other. So they try and one up each other by trying to take the biggest shit. And Catz had been eating the good stuff for weeks. Like Chang's and pizza, just to build up, and he went a bit too far. I mean, he had to stand up to get it out.
I think Hugh might be back.
Yep, I'm back now.
Hey.
So yeah, the question.
My Wi-Fi
okay.
on my phone now.
Yeah. So the question was, last week Catz blocked his toilet. How did he do it?
God's sake. Come back to that.
Yeah, it dropped in quality since you left. Dan Curtis in the chat suggests testing the Coriolis effect with eggs.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to eat them first, so.
Or after. I suggested taking a massive Nathan.
Massive Nathan? Yeah, I'd probably go with that. You don't have teenagers, do you, Cat?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
You have teenage kids?
No, not teenagers yet. A bit younger than that.
My teenagers will regularly clog the toilets.
It's a good challenge.
Let's lock in taking a Nathan.
Okay.
No.
So the actual answer is he accidentally flushed a sock down it.
How do you accidentally flush a sock?
What
are you doing? Washing your socks in it?
No, I'm glad. It was the ensuite. We've got ensuite in the room, and I came out the shower, and I was starting to get changed. And I have allergies. I got, so I'm always sneezing. I got hay fever, stuff like that, and I blew my nose on some tissue as I was getting. And in one hand I had my sock, and in the other hand I had the tissue. And for some reason, instead of throwing the tissue in the toilet and hitting, I just threw the sock in and hit flush. Like straight away, and they just thought, shit.
So what you're saying is, in reality, Conspiracy Catz is an idiot.
Absolutely. Ding. Yeah. It was just reflex reaction. I just chucked him with my left hand.
In his defense, he said he showered. That's more than a flat earther, so.
I think he's given us a half truth. I think in these times where people have been hoarding toilet roll, that's literally all he's got left to wipe his ass.
That and a four-fingered glove.
All right. So we're getting down to the last questions of this round, right? So the last question for Team Millennium Falcon is, in how many parsecs did the Millennium Falcon do the Kessel run?
God, it was either 12 or 14, AB. I think it was 12.
Oh, I want to say it was. I want to say it was 12.
Because I think they made a joke about it in The Force Awakens where they say 14 and Han Solo was like 14. It was 12, and they take the. I'm pretty sure it was 12. I do.
Well,
like
the thing is, it was quite an interesting one. I'm pretty sure it's 12, but it was quite an interesting one because parsecs is obviously a measure of distance, and they obviously made a mistake in the first kind of movies, and they kind of got lambasted for that by the
But do you know how they explained
that
it?
Was why. That was why they go on.
Yeah, it has to do something to do with kind of like the challenges to do it in the shortest distance possible rather than the shortest time.
It's to go through the Kessel sector. You have to go through a bunch of wormholes and stuff, basically, and because space is stretched and stuff, the one that they have to try and figure out how to make it the shortest distance. So they went through a particularly bad area of like gravitational acceleration and stuff to be able to make it 12 parsecs.
Yeah, but it's fuck it. It was just fucked up. But I'm gonna go for 12 parsecs.
I do remember in The Force Awakens, Rey says 14, and Han Solo shoots her down, and he's like 14. It was 12, definitely 12.
All right, 12.
12, and you are actually correct.
You guys are all fucking nerds. Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
So,
well, technically, yeah, they're right. But technically, Han originally said less than 12 parsecs, but he never said how much less. So 12, I'm cool with.
yeah. All right. Okay. So, last question for this round for Team Scrotum. What was the fuel used for the? Oh yeah, what fuel was used for the first combustion engine?
What fuel was used for the first combustion engine? I remember fucking learning this in uni when I was in the Navy, and I'm pretty sure it was like a log-fired steam engine of some kind. No, it wasn't. Hugh Jarsz, any idea?
He just dropped in and out several times. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What were they working with in that time?
Something. Hugh, you there?
Yeah, I'm back now. I think.
Okay.
Are we answering a question now?
Yeah.
What fuel did they use in the first combustion engine?
Coal or wood, I guess.
Yeah, I want to say coal and water. I think I agree with that. Let's go with that.
Coal and water.
Well, maybe not water. It's not a fuel.
Or coal. So
it could be wood. I mean, if it's a steam, if we're talking steam engine, it could be wood.
Combustion isn't. Steam engine doesn't really mean combustion, does it? So it's going to be something else than steam powered. So maybe some kind of like the oil they used in all the lamps and stuff.
Well, I dropped out again.
Oh
no!
Now you're with us.
No.
Yeah, just can't hear the team anymore. Sorry, FTFE. I'm confusing him again.
I'm not sure.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So it'd be something like Kero, you'd think, wouldn't it? Kerosene? What do you call it? Paraffin?
Some kind of alcohol waste thing.
Oh, God damn my internet.
No, I can hear him.
Yeah,
is it just me, or am I dropping out?
I can hear you, and I can hear UFT. I can hear you, FTFE.
Yeah. I can hear you guys brokenly. So if you can hear me okay, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So the first combustion engine, we're talking 1800s sometime, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
They wouldn't have had petrol readily available, I imagine. If you're talking about the first car, maybe they might have had some petrol then, but I would have thought something like kerosene would be more popular in Europe around that time, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Kerosene, paraffin.
I think some kind of alcohol-based thing is more likely from what they were more popular to use at the time. So something like ethanol or
Methanol, maybe. Methylated spirits.
Should we go with ethanol?
Yeah, okay. That seems more likely, yeah.
Okay.
Locking in.
Ethanol.
Okay.
No!
The actual
Damn it.
answer is moss spores.
Moth spores.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Interesting.
Yeah, it's the explanation given to me
so I can power my car with what's in my fridge.
is lycopodium powder is the spore of the club moss and has a high fat content which makes it the substance explosive. Nisophore and Claudnips, I don't even know what AB Science was trying to spell there, used it to power the first internal combustion engine to propel a small craft against the current of the river Saône in France.
That's really interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Alright, so currently the score stands at Team Scrotum on 13 and the Millennium Falcon on 12.
Oh!
So now it is time for the bonus round. Worth
Bone around.
100,000 points.
Of course.
So, I am about to generate a random number. Each turn, basically, we're going to go until one team gets this correct. I will say each time both of you guess, I will tell you which team is closer, and so you got to try and get the. So each team will give an answer, and then I'll say whether any of the teams were correct, and I will say which team was closest, and then we keep on going till one team gets it. All right, so I'm going to generate 3 random numbers.
Hold on. You're generating a random number.
Yep.
Between what and what?
Oh yeah, 1 in 1,000.
1 in 1,000. All right.
All right. So, well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the button 3 times, and then we're going to, and the third one is the one that I'm going to use. Okay. So.
And we've just got to guess what it is.
Yep.
Okay. 69.
All right. So the random number has been generated. What does each team want to go with?
Well, I think, Hugh, we should start with the number that is the answer to life, the universe, and everything, and say 42.
250.
So, do both teams agree on the numbers that were given there?
Sure, yeah.
Hugh?
I think he's dropped out again.
Okay. Well, in that case, the Millennium Falcon is closer with 250.
Okay, so I get to guess again now.
Yeah, both teams guess again.
All right, 150.
And Millennium.
Let's stick with 250. Now let's go to maybe 249 and see whether it's, let's try and narrow it. What do you think?
There's an algorithm for this.
Okay,
I'm sure there is.
And I know the algorithm well.
Right, I will let you drive.
So they've guessed 150. I'm gonna say 750.
Okay. Team Scrotum was actually closer.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go with 200.
And Millennium Falcon?
FTFE knows the algorithm.
It's a very basic sorting algorithm.
Yeah. You'll generally learn this in your second year of physics.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go one higher or one lower, basically. So I'm going to go 201.
201. So if FTFE was 200, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So AB Science... Millennium Falcon is closer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, right. So I'm gonna chuck out oddly a bit and say 215.
What about you, Millennium Falcon?
Oh God! So how many guesses have we got?
This keeps on going until
It's the first one to get there.
Yep.
So I'm. Oh shit! But he knows the algorithm. So if I give the answer, then shit, he knows where to go. But fuck it. 225.
225 is closer.
Right.
Okay. So what was your answer, by the way? FTFE?
215.
215. All right.
All right. So you said 235, right?
I said 225. So
225.
225.
Right. And he was closer. Right. So I'm going to go 230.
I'm going to go for
I think
240.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So in that
Who knows
case,
how long I'm going to be?
240 was closer.
Okay. That means it could be higher than the 250 original.
It is an integer, right?
Yes, it is an
Because
integer.
otherwise we could be here for a very long time.
It's not something like 387.558923 or anything like that.
That was going to be my next
Hold on.
guess.
So your previous answer was 230,
Yeah.
and
AB's was
240 was closer.
Yeah.
Right, and okay. So fight.
You go first. I want to see where you go.
All right, I'll take 245. And you're going to take 235 if you're sensible.
I was going to go a bit closer to 237.
Okay, in that case, 237 is actually... did AB say 2...
He said 245.
Oh, yeah, 245 is closer, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well... 242.
243.
243 was closer.
Oh,
244.
oh shit! Hold on. I think I know. I think I know what the problem is. Because Plannerwalk is only judging us on our two guesses,
Yes.
Yeah.
and he is not comparing that to our previous guesses.
Exactly.
So no algorithm is going to work like that.
No shit. The binary approximation is not going to work. Fuck. Right. By the way, people, for the audience, what you've just seen, that is essentially how a regression works. Whenever a scientist talks about a regression of some sort, what you've just seen is pretty much how it works.
Right, well, you said 750 at one point.
750 was farther away than
than 150.
I like how the two.
No, 750 was closer. Oh shit! Hold on. So,
Right. Well, that means that it's gonna. Yeah. Well. Okay. So it's gonna be between what we got at 243 and 750.
By the way, I hope you are aware that at the rate we are going, that it's going to be you and I winning, and Catz are going to be losing. Right? Yeah. So you said 150, and I said 750, and I won on the 750.
No.
But we got
151.
We got to the point. We got to the point where 243 was closer than 244, which means that it has to be now between 244 and 750.
Just so you know, 151 on the 150 and 750.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But 244 and 500 and 250. Right. Okay. So it was one. I said 250, and you said 70. You said 42, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we haven't got an upper limit. But I said 750, and that won against 150.
No.
151 against 750.
150 won against 750.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
250
but
won against
243 was closer to it than 244.
Right. Okay,
Right.
so this is I'm gonna say 600.
But if 243 was closer, then surely it's got to be 244. It's got to be below 243.
No. I said 242, and he said 243, and 243 was closer. So.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. So you said 600.
Yeah, but if you say 245 and I say 600.
Yeah, I was gonna say 245.
Okay.
Yeah, you say 245, I say 600.
So Team Scrotum is closer.
Okay. So 245.
Right. So I'll go up to 250.
Yeah, and I'm going to go down. I'm taking coarser steps, so I'm going to say 500.
Okay, so Team Scrotum is still closer.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go 260.
You're going to go 260. I'm going to take, let's see, 260, 500. I'm going to go between the two. I'm just going to stab in the dark, and we're going to say 300.
In that case, Millennium Falcon is closer.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting.
So you're close with that. Right. So I'm going to say.
I'm going to take the fine steps now, and you are going to take the coarse steps.
Okay. I'm going to say.
I'm going to go for 299. No, 300 was closer. So yeah, I'm going to take 299. You take 350.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon is still closer. Wait, what
with
did
299?
Yeah, with 299.
I said 350.
Yep.
So
299 is closer.
Right. So I'm going to say 325. Oh, sorry, no, I'm going to say 320 because that'd be slightly closer.
Okay, I'm going to go down to 298.
And AB Science is actually closer still.
We've given up on two names. We've just.
Yeah.
I hope you realise that your system has failed, and we are now banding together in an anarchist state because we do not give a shit about who wins or who loses. All we care about is making you suffer.
So you said 298 was closer, so which has gone down. So all right, I'm going to say 310.
Okay, I am gonna go for 297.
297 is closer.
Oh, what? All right,
297 is closer. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go back up to 298, and you need to go down to
305.
You need to go down to 299.
All right, 299 then.
And what's AB Science is 298, right?
298.
Yeah.
298 is closer.
Okay, so it's between 245 and 298.
Okay, 275.
You're going to go for 275. I am going to go for... 245. You're going to go for 275. I'm going to go for 285.
285 is closer.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go 280.
I'm going to go for 283.
283 is closer.
Right, so we're somewhere between 283 and 298. And 298.
278.
I'm going to go for 290.
290 is closer.
What? All right, so 284.
286.
286 is closer.
It's got to be 285 then.
No, you're forgetting binary. It doesn't work because he's not comparing previous attempts.
Oh shit! Fuck! I know. I give up. I fuck.
287.
Is FTFE even gonna? You've both narrowed it down pretty well though.
288.
So 288, and what was AB's?
287.
288 is closer.
289.
291.
291 is closer.
292.
293.
293 is closer.
294.
295. Fuck's sake.
Ding, 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 ding. AV Science and Conspiracy Catz get 100,000 points.
Oh my god.
The random number was 295.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sold to the man in the corner.
Well done.
Jesus Christ.
Of course, I'd have guessed 295 on the first go. You know, I don't.
Yeah, naturally.
Why would
nice
it be
bat-
anything else?
All
Nice
right.
battling with you there, AV Science.
That was a good one. Fucking hell, Jesus.
By the way, it was always going to rest on the last round. Like, the other rounds were pointless.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Yeah, it was. As soon as I realized your point structure, I knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, I was just. I did make an exception for the round where. So basically the round where points were taken away. I basically made it the same as last round, but next round I was doubling on the. Yeah, but yeah, I was basically wanting the last round to be the deciding round. Something completely pointless.
Fair enough. But I hope you realise that, you know, Fight the Flat Earth and I basically teamed up against you.
Yeah.
I mean, any kind of partisan environment that you try to build up, that's what happens when you try and take one group and pit them against other groups, and you just fuel the rage against each other. Eventually they will come together and they will fight against you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to go through some of the super chats before we end it. Also, there's a new member, Ilya Moon. I don't often get new members, but you know, maybe I'm not sure how many new members I need until I get new emojis. I do know that I have a dinger and plan on release.
Well, that's a good thing that you have a dinger.
Yeah. Well, it's actually the Team Skeptic ding, but you know, I'm basically using it here. So, so the Snark for €2 says, Globe wins every day. Down with trolls.
Down with trolls, indeed.
Yeah. FTF.
I mean, you're either like part of the dumbest group of people in the world, or you're a troll.
Yeah.
I hope for a lot of your sake that you're trolls, because I don't want to think that humanity is as stupid as you lot.
All right. So FTFE for £10 says, "This is for the answers you sent me." This is internal chat, right?
Shit, that wasn't internal chat, was it?
Yeah. I think that means that we're going to deduct 13 points from Team Scrotum. Which leaves...
Oh, you can add 13 points.
So we extra lost now.
Yeah, because the Millennium Falcon is currently on 100,012 points, and Team Scrotum is on 13 points. So yeah, deduct 13, and they're on 0. So, and
That's not fair.
Ilya Moon for $10 says Flat Earth Tears, and I think that is
what powered the first combustion engine?
Yep. So yeah, I mean, are they combustible though?
Well, I mean,
wait, is salt combustible?
Nathan Oakley is quite volatile.
Is salt?
Chlorine can be.
Is salt volatile though? Like, can salt burn?
Well, it depends. You know, if you separate out the chlorine, I mean, chlorine is a bastard.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Oh wait, we got one more. Let me just
gently. No, you're a boss.
Yeah. I don't know if the donation thing is going to come up because I only just turned it on. But for £2 says Dick heads like 6.
Come on. You can do it.
You see, here's the thing with here's the thing. It seems Australians hear New Zealanders saying 6 as 6, and it seems that New Zealanders hear Australians when they say 6 as 6.
You just said the same word.
You say 6. Yeah, I just heard you say sex and sex and sex and sex and sex.
Sex and sex and sex.
Anyway, that's it for this. All right. Oh yeah, there we go. That's it for the stream. Yeah.
That was fun. Thank you for having me.
It was fun. It was fun.
It went for a lot.
Thanks for that.
It went for a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, between you and me, well, I'll see you in the next stream. Between you and me, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Catch you later.